Let's do it, bitches.
Coming soon to this theater.
What up, everybody? It's Brian back for another week of CG Horror Movie Club, and you'd think I would have that name memorized by now, but I've changed the name of the stream so many times that I can get a little confused. Plus, I smoke too much weed. I'll be the first one to admit that, and I have attention deficit disorder. So, and that's not something that gets better with age. It actually gets worse with age. It's a gift that keeps on giving. Anyway, that's my excuse, and I'm sticking to it. Anyway, today we are here to talk about David Cronenberg's masterpiece, Videodrome, from 1982. Wow, 1982. That was a hell of a year. Holy crap. 81, 82. Were benchmark years for a horror, fantasy, science fiction. 82, you had Blade Runner. You had The Thing, John Carpenter's remake of The Thing. And Conan the Barbarian. You had so much stuff, man. It's just unbelievable when you look back on it. How many great movies came out between 81 and 82. And some might argue, I certainly would, that was the end of the golden age of Hollywood that started around 1968 and ended around, I would say, 82, 83, 84. Anyway, let's welcome my co-host, Matt Butch Cleaver Burke. He's your boy. He's my boy. He's
What's
the
up, man?
boy. What's up, dude?
Just about to get a beer, man.
Yeah, what you drinking there, brother?
Tuesday, it's 2 beers, bro.
Yeah.
I'm drinking the same old Vitus.
Nice.
Weinstefaner. Good stuff.
Yeah, sehr gut.
Yo, good stuff. I see you in the chat.
Cheers. Oh, yeah. Hey, everybody in the chat. Good stuff. Shadowhawk. Great to see you. And good stuff was asking, like, am I early? No, my ass was late. But I'm actually kind of proud of myself because although I've been late to the stream quite a few times, I've never missed it entirely.
It's comics late.
Yeah, exactly. It's just building up a little drama.
What are you, Mexican or what?
Are you saying that I'm operating on CPT? I'm not even fucking. Wow, I get canceled for that shit. Oh, wait a second, I'm already canceled. Well, what do I give a fuck?
Oh man.
So, tonight we're talking David Cronenberg's Videodrome. First of all, have you seen it?
I did.
Okay, very cool. This week I went and caught Crimes of the Future, the new David Cronenberg movie.
Oh shit.
Yeah, it is out in theaters right now. Grab it, go see it while you can, because it's not going to be out for very long.
Wow.
It's an art house movie, and it was playing at my local multiplex. And this multiplex is cool because they're trying to be more like the Alamo Drafthouse.
Nice.
I've noticed this. They're serving cocktails now. They're serving beer. They have like a menu, and they're also showing like art house movies in the summer.
That's nice, man.
Right? And because I've always argued, it's just like, okay, you got 21 screens. Save one of those screens. It can even be a little tiny like screening room, right?
Right.
Save one screen for whatever the art house movie of that week is, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
Because otherwise, like, I remember like when Memento came out. Boy, this is a long time ago. When Memento came out, which was why am I blanking on his name all of a sudden? The guy who did the Dark Knight
Nolan?
trilogy. Yeah, Christopher Nolan. Yeah, that was Christopher Nolan's first mainstream feature. He had done a movie called Following before that was a little indie picture. But anyway, people were going crazy about this movie and talking about it. You couldn't see it unless you lived in the city,
Mm.
right? And if they had, and it was getting so much talk, it's just like, I guarantee you they would have sold mad crazy tickets.
Oh, for sure.
Right?
Word of mouth's the best, you know?
Word of mouth is the best, but they weren't showing it. But nowadays, they will actually have like one screen where they will do just that, and they will show like an art house movie, like Crimes of the Future. So, Crimes of the Future, having seen it, I enjoyed it. I still haven't fully processed it, and
Yeah.
I kind of think I might need to see it again.
That's how Videodrome was for me.
Right.
At least two more times. Like, I'd have to watch at least 2 more times. It was like, whoa.
And the interesting thing is okay, I was a David Cronenberg fan as like a little boy, right? Because being somebody that loved horror movies, his weren't like anybody else's. They were completely different.
Yeah.
And they were wild, and they were crazy, and they were gory. And, you know, as a kid, I was like, what the fuck is this? And that was always one of the joys of horror movies, was sometimes going like with a Blood on Satan's Claw. What the fuck is that? What the fuck did I just watch? Right?
Yeah, man.
And Cronenberg was one of those guys. We're talking about the 80s, North America, right? Of course, Cronenberg is a native of Toronto, Canada, still lives there, has made a lot of movies there. And whenever I hear people saying like, oh, like, America, in America, tax dollars should not fund art, right? Like the National Endowment for the Arts, that sort of a thing.
Yeah.
Guess what? We never would have had David Cronenberg's movies if it wasn't for the fact that the Canadian government would help fund him and other Canadian filmmakers with funds from the National Lottery, which is the same thing that they do in England, which is the same thing that they do in Ireland, which is why now there are all of these really interesting horror movies coming out of Ireland.
Oh, okay.
Right? So I'm suggesting like we should have something like that here, but that's neither here nor there. But he was one of those guys, he was like Carpenter and Romero and Hooper and Larry Cohen. He was one of those dudes.
Oh yeah, and he obviously he created his own genre, like the sci-fi body horror type genre, and for me, there's so many Cronenberg movies I haven't even seen. I'm a fan of him, but I haven't even seen his movies. You know what I mean? I'm like the Viggo Mortensen end of his movies, and for me, it was The Fly. Like The Fly, I was like, okay, that's probably his opus for body horror. It doesn't get any more horrific than that.
Yeah,
one of the most goriest, disgusting movies.
Yeah.
One of them, and it's mainstream. And I would watch it over and over. And so now they're like, hey, dude, Videodrome. And I know there's a bunch because I've seen documentaries on his movies. And I'm like, dude, there's like fucking 10 movies of his that were from the 80s I'd never even watched. Like, so.
Oh,
yeah.
You're in for a treat, my friend. A bunch of treats, actually, because his early movies are wild as hell.
I love History of Violence and I love Eastern Promises, and they're not even in his genre. It's almost just like his drama. It's like his action drama, whatever the fuck it is, but it's cool, dude. And it's a comic movie, History of Violence. Love that. Yep. Love that movie.
Yep, which was, I think, illustrated by Vincent Locke and written by John Wagner of Judge Dredd fame.
Oh, yeah. I knew it had like some Euro, like, I don't know if it was British or something, but I know it was definitely not an American book, a graphic novel. But
Vincent Locke, the artist, is American. He's best known for Dead World and, of course, those Cannibal Corpse album covers.
Okay, duh. I knew that name from somewhere.
But, Cronenberg's movies, right off the bat, the first one that he did was Shivers, which is about a parasite that can replace any human organ. That's to say, you place it where somebody's heart used to be, it turns into a heart. You place it where the liver used to be, it turns into a liver. You put it where somebody's lung used to be, it operates as a lung. The problem is it turns people into sex-crazed zombies. By zombies, I don't mean like walking corpses. I mean like mindless fuck machines.
Oh, that's scary.
And and it's got Barbara Steele in it when she was still smoking hot. And there's a bathtub scene, which
This one had Blondie in it, right? Was that Blondie in this one?
Yes, this had video. So tonight's movie, Videodrome, co-stars Debbie Harry, who's most famous, of course, for being the singer for Blondie. And my brother actually met her when he was working at Key Motors, which is like a local place that repairs Mercedes Benzes. And so she rolled in one day with her Benz convertible and just treated them all like shit. No, she was actually he said like a real sweetheart, like just like just like a regular person, and not like a sick freak or a weirdo, or like was just like happy to sign autographs and take pictures and all that shit. Was just like a real cool person. Sim, what is going on, my sexy Canadian brother?
Here I am, the Canuck, to discuss another Canuck.
Yes.
Here I am
to save the day.
We are talking fucking
Canucks.
Okay, Brian.
Yeah.
Hit the other square thing, because I think we're all having a little issue of the square thing. I see Matt breaking his neck on the side.
Yeah, we gotta fuck around. Hold on a second. Let me close this. All right, there we go.
So Cronenberg, the master of weird.
The master of weird, the master of body horror. And here's the thing about Cronenberg.
Seriously entertaining.
Seriously entertaining, and you never get the feeling that he's being weird for the sake of being weird.
What was the title? The one with Peter Sellers, the one from the guy from RoboCop. Not Peter Sellers. What's his name?
Oh, Peter Weller.
Peter Weller.
Yeah. Naked Lunch.
Yes. That one was
fantastic.
Yeah.
If you've never read William Burroughs, that was his adaptation of. Well, really, I wouldn't say it was an actual adaptation of Naked Lunch. There's little bits of Naked Lunch in there, but there's also some of Exterminator, some of Chunky, which was a bunch of different William Burroughs books. But I'm sorry, you were going to say about Naked Lunch?
Nothing other than I thought it was like a psychedelic trip watching the movie. It's one of the things with Cronenberg, like when he gets to those machines, like the typewriters that are like made out of organic shit.
Yeah.
It's dude, it's weird, but it kind of makes sense in a way. Like it's not just, how can I say, like body horror. Usually when you watch horror movie, it's usually fetish-ish inspired.
Yes, and some of his stuff definitely is, except it's never erotic.
Exactly.
It's never sexy. For instance, in Crimes of the Future,
there's one that was pretty weird, like Existence, but other than that, no. Existence was weird.
Well, they're all weird.
No, but I mean, like it went on the sexual a bit more than any other things that he'd done before.
Crimes of the Future, in that surgery is the new sex, as one of the characters says, and it's a lot like the sex scenes in this, which is to say they're not erotic at all. Nope. If anything, they're really
brutal.
Yes,
it depends for who. It might turn some people on. Let's just not discriminate.
No, and I don't. Far be it from me to kink shame. But
I don't know, but it's like when I watched Clive, what's his name?
Clive Barker.
Clive Barker stuff. Yeah.
Yeah.
Dude, you watch that and you're like, dude, that's totally not my shit, but it's gross as fuck. And then I had one of my friends. I was like, that's fucking sexy. I'm like, oh well, you're one of them. So,
hey Sam, have you seen Nightbreed? You seen Nightbreed?
Yes, I've seen Nightbreed.
Yes,
I was gonna say that's both worlds right there. You got Cronenberg as the main killer, or I don't know, antagonist, right? And you got fucking Clive Barker.
Yep,
the movie was cool, dude.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, it is.
Oh, dude, that's what I'm saying. But they're two masters of body horror. That's why I bring them up.
Oh, yeah,
they're very different. Like that's what I'm saying.
Yeah,
like
one's fantasy, Clive, right?
Yeah, the other Clive Barker has a more of like a kink type of thing to it, or it's like a satire look at the kink, right? An extreme kink. While
Yes.
Cronenberg is like, what if we merge with we were actually merging and dealing with plants and insect technology and trying to like have a different type of like organic technology, and then you're like, oh, that's fucked up, but okay, I'm interested. And then it goes to a point where you're like, oh fuck, no. But that's the fun. That's the fun of it. It's like,
yes,
if you would see a different technology, like the principle is like all their tech is organic. So obviously us, that all our tech is mechanical, seeing something like that connects to your umbilical cord or your spine that looks like an insect thing, you're like, obviously it's gonna fucking gross you out. And I think that's the thing that he's going on, the weird possible imaginative type of like body horror where it's like, I will gross you the fuck out, while the other one is just gore and I will freak you the fuck out.
Real quick, Hex in the chat. What up, Hex? He mentions that Cronenberg's movie Crash, right?
Yes, Crash.
Which is based on the J.G. Ballard novel.
Love that one.
Which is very, very good. And yeah, it is explicitly sexual, but boy, it's not sexy. And when you read the novel that it's based on, he uses language, Ballard that is, uses language that is counter-erotic, right? It's kind of reading the opposite of like a romance novel or the opposite of a pornographic novel. It's not there to turn you on.
Agreed, but it's like Geiger, okay? You cannot say that, and it has nothing to do with sex. There was nothing sexy about it, but sure. It was. But that's the thing. I think that's what he's trying, saying. To me, it's like Cronenberg is like a less socially deprived and inept Geiger. You know what I mean?
Yes. And yeah, what you're talking about there is attraction and revulsion.
Yeah, exactly.
Right? At the same time. So you're kind of like leaning forward into it and at the same time going, ugh. So it's like you're being stretched in a way. Right?
Exactly.
Moving forward and backward at the same time. Yes.
And that's the fun experience with that you get from that. And
yeah, without a doubt. Crash, of course, that was almost banned. Cronenberg was supposed to direct American Psycho, but they had to drop him. Otherwise, the movie was going to get banned. And they replaced him with a woman, so that way it wouldn't get banned. And I liked the American Psycho movie, but holy shit, we would have had a classic if it had been by Cronenberg.
Yeah.
Without a doubt. Right?
American Psycho?
Yes.
Huh.
Which is an amazing novel.
I don't know if Cronenberg would have done it.
Yes. He was also going to do Total Recall at one.
That would have been sick.
Yeah, I knew about that.
That would have been sick. He's like the American Verhoeven in some way. But he puts a lot more sci-fi and a lot more kind of body horror.
You mean Canadian?
Yeah, Canadian. Sorry.
North American.
Corrected. North American. It's still the Americans, buddy.
I know. I'm the one reminding everybody.
Fuck yeah. Kiss my ass and suck.
We're all supposed to be fucking brothers before they divided the freaking border.
Yep.
I know, man. Shit.
Yep. We still are. At least those of us that have their heads screwed on straight. What up, ID? He says, "Oh my God, Videodrome, a dissertation on the evils of porn." I wouldn't say that it. Oh man. Well, for one thing, let's get right into it, man. There are so many things in this movie that are so prescient. It's a bit of a cliche to say, "Oh, this was ahead of its time," or "It's more relevant now than it was the time in which it was made." But those things really are true.
It's true. I was like thinking the same shit when I watched it. Like, dude, this is now, bro.
Right?
Dude, I was just talking about that with on the last stream I was just before this, right? We were talking about watching old sci-fi, and I told him, dude, I watched like Cherry 2000.
Yeah.
He goes, oh, dude. He goes, I that's old. I'm like, dude, it's so now when you watch it and they have to go, they all like have, some of them have robots because it's got so complicated to have a date and have sex that they have to meet up in a bar, show themselves on a USB key connected to a computer to show themselves having sex with other people so they can evaluate them. And then if they agree with it, they have to go to a lawyer table where they sign a consentment contract exactly describing what they're going to be doing, the intercourse, how long the blowjob's going to last, and if they're going to I'm like, holy shit.
Yeah. That's totally now. And then the sex dolls too. Right, which very soon are going to be walking around and talking. You do realize that, right? We all realize that. And women are freaking out because they think that we're going to be like, okay. But
yes, I will make you a sandwich.
Dude,
no problem.
Do we understand that MGTOW is going to grow?
Oh, it is. Yeah, huge.
But at the same time too, though, it's like women, they don't need men anymore either. You know what I mean? Like, I mean, they've never needed them, but it's just like a lot of men, like, I provide, and that's all I got to do. You know, and it's like women, you know, it's like a lot of things.
Dude,
I think we need each other. We need each other, but
I think we reach a point where everybody needs to understand their freaking lesson or somebody, and we're all supposed to be completing each other, no matter who's your fucking better part. That it be a man, that it be a woman, that you pick whatever you fucking want. Your better half is supposed to be your better half, and that's supposed to bring the best out of you. And you're supposed to complement each other. Our differences are supposed to make yourself stronger. It's not supposed to be, photosynthesis.
Exactly.
Right. It's like Rainer Maria Rilke, the German poet, said, that proper love isn't two people like merging like amoeba and becoming one. It's two circles separate but overlapping. Right? And look, even gay men need women, right? Like,
absolutely.
I'll be the first one to admit I'm a total MGTOW. That's kind of where I'm at right now. But
most people are, dude. I mean, it's like most dudes are.
But I'm reluctant to accept that label because so many of the MGTOWs are like, oh, well, I don't hate women, but they kind of do hate
women.
They
mean a lot of them are chauvinists a little bit.
Yes, which I'm not. I'm just like, I look at the women my age in the dating scene, and I'm just like, oh, no, thank you.
Well, dude, and a lot of it now too is like. Women now, like, they got fucking stands. Like, not to be a dick, but you can get this fat bitch, like, put on a thong, fucking start twerking, and she's got a bunch of stands ready to go. And she can go on a date with the fucking model, and she could be like, "Fuck you, fool," and he could be like, "I want to marry you, and I want a relationship."
Yeah, but that's the thing.
And it's like, no, I got an audience. Fuck you.
Dude,
that's the type of world we live in now. It's straight up. It's happening. I know people. It's happening too. Specifically,
a while back, it was understood that the problem is worshiping. Okay, there's no one that's worth worshiping more than the other.
No,
so it's like it takes two to tango. It's not. It's it's like saying it takes two to make a baby as well.
Yeah, and women are fucked up, and guys are fucked up too. We're just fucked up in different ways.
And sometimes it's the same ways, which is not the same type of people.
Ways. Look, my attitude towards the opposite sex is the only attitude that I think is sane and reasonable, which is, you're crazy. I love you, but you're crazy. You're crazy, but I love you. Do you know what I'm saying? Yep. Because guess what? We're stuck with each other. And as I was saying, even gay men need women in their lives.
They do. Men need women, and women need men.
Yes.
I'll die on that hill. Yeah.
Yes, we need each other. We absolutely do. That's why the whole battle of the sexes thing is counterproductive, and if anything, extremely harmful. Really. Now, as for porn, wow. In the 90s, I remember like that's around like 96, 97. Just so you all know, I'm a big old pervert. Okay. I love porn, or at least I.
Did you check the private chat?
Wait, hold on a second. Let me see here. Let's see, private chat. Oh, what up, pops? Yo, what up, pops? We let you in. But yeah, it was around 95 or 96 that porn started to get really dark. Before that,
You talking about
you-
anal?
No.
Howie.
I couldn't help it. I'm sorry.
Dude, I remember when you would see like a DP, and that was just like, that's the craziest thing I've ever seen. That's as sick as you can get. That's as crazy as you can get. You can't go anywhere from there.
And then you hit the next video and you go, what the fuck?
Yeah.
I'm gonna go farther back than that, Brian. I'm
Yeah.
gonna go farther back than that. I'm gonna say it got dark in the '80s behind the green door.
That was in the 70s, brother, man.
Okay,
He's talking about the casting couch.
Well, yeah, when you
You
had,
were
well,
farther
yeah, in
back.
the 70s, you had the roughies. You had the roughies, right? They were making those mostly in New York, right? Where you had like simulated rape scenes.
Oh.
And they weren't very well simulated. Do you know what I'm saying? But I was still like, I look at those, I'm like, how am I supposed to beat off to this? Right? Or like, I like that kind of look. I like the kind of porn you can watch with your girlfriend. Do you know what I'm saying?
Like,
Where
you're
it's just like basically
you're just too vanilla, Brian.
I remember somebody saying, Brian, I bet you're a freak. I'm like, no, I'm totally vanilla. And they're like, yeah, the fact that you use that term means you're a freak. I was like, oh, shit. But yeah, it got really nasty. There was one guy in particular named Max Hardcore. He actually ended up doing time in a Florida prison off of some bullshit. Ooh. But at the same time, when he went down, I was just like, okay, this is bullshit, but boy, couldn't have happened to a nicer guy. And fuck Max Hardcore, right? So he started making this particular type of porn that was really dark, where it wasn't like he was like raping these chicks, but boy, it was rapey. Do you know what I'm saying?
The rape spectrum.
Yeah, where I was like, this guy's a sick fucking bastard, and how did anybody get a fucking boner watching this shit, right? Well, guess what? It became so huge, they started making all porn like that.
Huge.
And that's when I stopped watching. I was like, bye, see ya. I got my 80s, I got my late 70s, I got my early 90s. I'm good, right? Nowadays, of course, you got like something for everybody. It's like a full spectrum, which is cool, right? But the scene in this where we get to see the show in question, Videodrome, I was like, and there's that scene where Barry Convex says, what kind of person would watch that?
Right?
Mm-hmm.
Of course, James Woods' character, he thinks it's fake.
Yeah.
He doesn't realize that it's real. And there is a division to be drawn there between fake cruelty and real cruelty. Fake violence, make-believe violence, and real violence.
Like the fact that you're willing to watch, like when you know that it's fake, you're willing to watch somebody getting ripped to shreds, but you wouldn't be willing to do that in real life.
No, Jesus Christ. I get faint at the sight of my own blood. I'm such a pussy. Mm-hmm. I mean, seriously, when I get my blood drawn, I'm doing this.
But I will draw yours with this bastard sword.
But it's
look at James Woods' face, bro.
I know. Yeah, that's
the only guts with his arm.
Yeah.
The only reason why I don't look when I get a shot or blood drawn, it's only because I don't want to tweak my arm while the.
That's a good. Yeah, that makes sense.
I just look away, so she just goes in. Then when it's in, I just look at it.
Right.
Like that, I don't twitch. You know.
Yeah. Because that's the big fear is like, oh, I don't want to see the needle break. Don't break.
I could take that. I can't take the internal, like the fucking. I could do the external visualizations, pains, and take it, but the fucking internal stuff, like the stomach hurting and things like that's what hurts me the most.
Yeah. Well, even with the shot, it's not the pain; it's the blood for me.
Just the visualization
of my blood like filling a tube. I'm just
the
like
crimson river running down your arm.
Yeah, not into it. Yeah, not feeling it at all. But at the same time, it's like if you're a horror fan, there is always that question of, well, how far is too far, and how extreme is too extreme, and when you're a kid, there's certain movies that you watch specifically as endurance tests, right? Am I tough enough to make it through the Texas Chainsaw Massacre? Am I tough enough to make it through Dawn of the Dead?
It's pretty
Faces
much.
of
It's pretty
Death.
much. Yeah, but it's anything. The first movie you watch, a horror movie that scares the fuck out of you. Then after that, it becomes automatically like, okay, I need to toughen myself up. It's the same principle as building yourself a thicker skin on internet.
Yes.
For me, it was Faces of Death. That shit kind of fucked me up as a kid. I think I didn't know if it was real, but a lot of it seemed real. You know,
Oh,
you
wow.
remember those?
Yeah.
My two first one when I was a bit too young because my uncle was watching a movie and I didn't want to go to bed. I think I was like 6 or something like that. He goes, "Okay, you want to watch the goddamn movie?
Oh.
Okay,
yeah.
you got." He goes, "You want to watch the movie? You got to watch it till the end, okay? There's no fucking going crying to the bed, pussy." And it was fucking Jaws.
Traumatized me, dude. Traumatized me.
And the second one was Portergeist.
Nice. Oh,
yeah, that one scared me too.
Feature.
The second one, I used to see Kane. Also, I'd see Pennywise. Also, I would and Exorcist. Those are, I'd actually like overactive imagination. That would hard to go to sleep.
Yeah, for me, after seeing Jaws, I would close my eyes. I would imagine my bed floating on the water.
Yeah, I had that one, but the one I had the most is there was a specific pool near my house. It's called a Sansatic pool, right?
Yeah.
And what it has 2 depth and it has an Olympic height, not semi-Olympic height trampoline. Like, you know, when you go to Olympic trampoline, like the second highest, right? So it's a high one with a really deep pool on there, right?
Right.
And I used to go there and jump from there often, right? And one of my dreams was always the fact that I would go up the freaking stairs, go to jump, and see the freaking shark in the water, like in the deep. Right?
As you're going down.
As I jump, then I would go back, see the stairs are not there anymore. Go, fuck this shit. I'm gonna try and jump over the deep and land on the other side, and the shark would come up, and I would wake up. And I had the same dream for years.
Jaws fucked me up too, but that's the thing. Jaws should not have been a PG-rated movie.
Yeah, rated R, right? For sure.
Oh, without a fucking doubt.
Oh, dude, I don't have any fucking regret, dude. Because
no, me neither.
Think about it.
Fond memories.
My point is, you realize that it's a primal fear that movie is all about. That's why I'm like, it's not a stalker. It's not a freaking monster. It's not ghosts or that's gonna rip you to shreds. It's a shark. So that actually like happened before. Like obviously sharks are not that predatory on humans. Or that big. But that was a special case. But that's what it is all about. That's why it got away with a PG-13.
Being at the bottom of the fucking food chain all of a sudden.
Yes.
Right. And with Jaws, also that shark, it has a certain tenacity and really malice, right? You get the feel. It's like, first of all, how hard it goes after Brody after it's eaten Robert Shaw. You would think that shark would be like, all right, I'm gonna hang out for a little bit, right? Nope, that thing just kept coming, and that's one of the things that makes that such a brilliant and really a consummate monster movie in so many ways.
And when I rewatched Videodrome, dude, it was an interesting watch. It's just wow. I watched it like a few weeks ago.
I watched it last night again, and watched the new Blu-ray rip, and which is beautiful, by the way, and
very really underrated.
Oh my god! Well, no, I would say it gets a lot of love. It gets a lot of love. It's very highly regarded.
Yeah, it is, but it took time, dude.
That's
my point.
It did.
It took time. That's why there's a lot of people that don't know anything about it, but the people that are horror movie fans, or especially know Cronenberg, they love the hell out of it.
Yeah, man. When I was saying before, when I was a kid, I was a Cronenberg fan, and I remember when this came out, I didn't like it, and I think it's because it's really not the kind of movie that's made for kids.
Oh fuck.
Oh, dude, I think it's the effect he has on everybody in the beginning. Because I remember watching The Fly. Because my first movie I watched from him was The Fly.
Me too.
Maybe there's another one that was not as gruesome, but the one that marked me was The Fly. And I remember from The Fly going, I want to watch more of that guy.
Yeah, man.
And then you fall into those crash and those lists, and you're like, the fuck.
Yeah.
Then
Yeah,
the first time you watch them, you're like, you're not understanding shit. You're like, what the fuck am I watching? Your head is so much into the what the fuck aspect that you're not even following what's actually meant, the story technically.
Right. But boy, there is a story in Videodrome, and there's a story in all of his films. That's the thing. He's never weird for the sake of being weird.
It's like watching an artsy movie.
There are films, very much so. And that's what he basically went into in the last 20 years, was just making art films. What amazes me about Cronenberg is that normally you get a indie director that's made made a special movie or 2 or 3, right? Hollywood gets them and it's like, hey, how'd you like to come over here and make something for us? Oh, what are you showing off there, Matt?
My boy Time of Dying sent me this.
Oh yeah, nice.
Yeah, I was gonna say, man, you should wrench up Shadowhawk, dude. You could slay these fucking naked motherfuckers.
Oh,
fucking
annoying. I'll wrench up. I'll wrench up
Shadowhawk
that wants to be wrenched up.
Oh yeah, thank you, Time of Dying. You're the man. This shit's awesome. I'm trying to build a man cave the way so I can hang it up. I'm working on it.
Man caves are a must, without a fucking doubt. But what the hell was I saying? About oh yeah, that's right. Okay. Hollywood will get these interesting indie directors, and it will be like, hey, how'd you like to come make a movie for us? And then the movie comes out, and it's almost always disappointing. This happened with Neil Jordan, right? Who went from Company of Wolves to doing High Spirits. I like High Spirits.
I like High Spirits, bro. There's like so many Irish movies that are badass you could watch.
I'm not sure what it is.
Right. It's like a comedy ghost movie. It's nothing special. But it's okay. It's okay.
Irishness.
Right, but it's missing something. Right?
Yeah.
It's missing what makes his movies special. The Frighteners.
Oh,
right? Which I know also has its fines.
Oh, I love my Frighteners, dude.
Right. But I felt disappointed by it. I was just kind of like, it didn't, I don't know. It was missing what made Peter Jackson's early movies special.
I didn't know what a fuck a Peter Jackson was when I seen that.
I don't know, man. I fucking love Frighteners.
I was like, Ghostbusters on crack.
But,
with Marty McFly.
But Matt, understand one thing. If you put too much comedy in a horror movie, Brian doesn't like it.
Right.
And I think that's the problem that Frighteners has for Brian on that one. Because for me, I love the fact that it has that hard horror feel, but it has that comedic, like the bad guy they're trying to sell you as the bad guy is funny, is hilarious, is fucking this, but he's not the bad guy. The bad guy is the other creepy motherfucker. What's his name again? The guy that played
Holmes. With his hermit or his
something Holmes. Yeah, the guy that played the reanimator.
He's got his
the actual bad guy. Yeah.
Oh yeah. Jeffrey Combs.
He's the one that decided to have that little Hitler like little hair thing.
Yeah. That movie's. I fucking love that movie, dude. I didn't know about like Dead Alive, or I didn't know who Peter Jackson was.
Right.
You know, I still gotta watch his other ones like The Freaks, and he's got so many fucking cool movies. But
oh yeah, without a doubt. And so you go into, like, for instance, when I went into Crimes of the Future the other night, I was going into it in a completely different way than my friend Peter was, right? And I was just like, man, I don't know if he's going to be able to make heads or tails of this thing. He ended up enjoying it, and he's watched a few freaky movies with me, but not Cronenberg freaky. Oh yeah, but anyway, the point I wanted to make about Cronenberg, when he went to Hollywood, right? I don't know how the fuck the guy does it, but he does The Dead Zone, right? The adaptation of the Stephen King novel. And it's still a Cronenberg movie. Then he does the remake of The Fly.
Oh yeah.
And it's a fucking Cronenberg movie.
Dude, The Fly, The Thing. Those are two fucking badass motherfucking remakes. I never even thought about that.
Better than the originals.
That's why motherfucking remakes got to get motherfucking made. Well, and I hate remakes, but dude.
But don't make so many of them. Yeah, don't make so many of them.
And respect the original. Just try and make it better. Try and up it, not try to change it.
Right. The remake, Philip Kaufman's remake of Invasion of the Body Snatchers. terrifying, so much better than the original. And I love the original. I love all of the original versions of those movies. But yeah, those are 3 remakes that are better than the original, better than the originals.
No, but I mean, like, we all hate remakes. Let's be real. We fucking hate remakes. I'm gonna speak for all you guys.
Yeah, but that's the thing is before
the thing.
Yeah, amazing.
Before the remakes was a good thing.
Yes.
Back in the 80s and 90s and early 2000, like very early, when they would say they were doing a remake, they were really trying to remake the movie, but better that we could make them now. So they really respected the original most and just tried to up the game from the previous one. So it was always like a nice new take on it, and usually it was a big budget thing with a big director that had a passion for that original project. But now Hollywood has changed, so it's not the same thing anymore.
No.
So when they do a remake, they're just trying to take the name and do something different.
Right.
And
they don't like to take chances, understandably, because basically they're gambling, right? It's like, oh, this was successful back then in the 80s, so let's just do that again.
That's why
be a reimagining.
And that's why if you watch the new Star Wars and the new Star Trek, they feel the same fucking shit.
It's like back then they're like all this fucking original IP, it's all tight as fuck. Like, oh, got a badass new motherfucking original IP, and nowadays people can't even do that anymore. You know what I mean?
No.
It's crazy.
It is. It's absolutely fucking nuts.
Yeah.
Hex says, I agree, Sim, and that's because 80s filmmaking process was drastically different from the 50s. Yeah, of course. The technology changes, the sensibilities change. What's great is when you can kind of go back to the original film and take something from it that applies to what's going on now.
It's like another example of bad remakes. It's like somebody trying to remake Chainsaw Massacre and trying to make it into his own fucking shit, and ends up doing just a fucking rehash of any fucking Rob Zombie movie. Sorry.
Yep. Absolutely. And yeah, the 1990
trailer drops tomorrow.
You're talking about the new Predator movie?
No, I'm talking about the new Monsters trailer teaser.
Oh, the Monsters. I thought you said Prey drops tomorrow.
Trailer drops tomorrow.
Okay. Yeah. I'm gonna. I'm just gonna have to. Yeah.
It's like that thing was a fucking good remake too.
Dude.
Unbelievable.
What
One
about
of the best
things remake? That's called the thing.
Fuck that. Yeah, that was
they line shit fuck up though, dude. Like if you look at it, every little axe throw every little fucking thing that gets put in a wall, you gotta respect the fucker that did that.
I know, but it's just like I can't remember. I honestly,
I don't remember it.
You're talking the new remake?
Yeah,
but it's a prequel.
But that's what I was gonna say. The
Really,
new remake is technically a prequel because it ends with the dog. Yeah, it ends with the dog.
And he lines
it
up.
felt very tacked on,
the Scandinavian director. He fucking lined it up. Like
that's what I thought was nice because they hint at you it's a remake when you start. And then you start watching it, and it's different from the original. So you're like, they fucked it up. They changed it.
Yeah, right.
And then by the end, you go, okay, it's a fucking prequel. The dog just left, and then it's the helicopter going after, and then you fall into
what hurt me was the lack of Rob Bottin.
Yep. Or Kurt Russell.
That's what hurt me. The practical effects.
And John Carpenter.
That's what hurt me. I mean, Carpenter, I love him. He's one of my favorites, but the practical Rob Bottin. That that's some people's favorite fucking movie is
that's
the
a
thing.
Tour de Force.
And it's Rob Bottin, and he's still alive, dude. They could have probably hit homeboy up. You know what I mean? Like, hey, dude, you want a piece of this shit? Want in on the action? I don't think they did though. I don't think they did.
Well, look with the last remake of the thing.
It's nothing compared to the thing by Carpenter. It's not as good.
No,
It's forgettable. I mean, I honestly don't even remember much of it. I mean, that says everything.
It is because, like I said, the only good part of the movie is when you get to the end and you're like, okay, it links to the other one. Okay, that's cool.
Yeah,
that's
for me,
it.
that was too little, too late. Do you know what I'm saying? It felt very tacked on.
It was like Sin City Part 2. Like it was just too. I don't know. Sin City 2 was too late. Right. They missed it.
Right. Or even Escape from LA, which I know has its defenders, and I think if you watch it as its own thing, it's okay. But as an Escape from New York sequel, no fucking way. They waited too long.
It's almost like a sequel, but like a spoof on the
Yeah, it's a
original.
satire of the first movie.
And I like it more. I do like it more.
Bastard.
No, I don't. No, well,
by the way,
I like some shit more. I like them the same.
Alamo Draft House. I don't know if there's any out where you're at. They are doing a John Carpenter retrospective this summer. They are going to be showing The Thing. They're going to be showing Escape from New York. They're going to be showing In the Mouth of Madness, Prince of Darkness, Halloween, the whole shebang bang. They're showing like all of his classics.
Jeez.
So keep an eye out for those. Dude. Yeah. And one of the things that's I actually went to the Alamo Draft House by me for the first time in 2.5 years. And they're operating at half capacity, but
perfect, even better.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, as far as workers go, I thought you meant like people watching the movie. Yeah, it's fucked up, but it's like that everywhere, bro. All industry. There's everybody shorthanded everywhere. All industries.
Yep.
Hey,
Brian, that's true. Yeah.
Want to share my screen for a sec?
Yeah. Well, first I gotta. I can't just leave this here. Hex is like, let's get to the bottom line here. Debbie Harry 2022 still smashable. Nah. No offense to her. I'm sure she's a lovely person, but
if you smash, she'd probably bash. Like she'd probably fall apart.
Yeah.
Hey, I want to say thanks for the chat, everybody. Fucking thanks for coming and watching the horror movie club. You guys are part of the club.
Most definitely. We appreciate you.
Fuck yeah.
And let's see. Let me share some screen here real quick.
What?
So Scotsman sent me like that he's inking it, so
yeah, baby.
You have Zed in this little inflatable.
Yeah, boy.
If you see Bob is like ankle deep in water, so it's not that deep, right? And then you have Nat coming in.
In the banana hammock.
Okay.
No, wait a second. Whoa. I have a problem here.
Whoa.
He's wearing, look, those are like pant legs.
Yeah, I gave him boxers thing. Like, I'm like, it doesn't
wear
look
butt huggers. He don't
I
wear
like
butt
the
huggers.
better in the banana hammock.
Dude, I'm not gonna give him a Speedo to freaking do the Tarzan robe. Come on.
He's gonna wrestle some bitches, dude. I don't mean like the females,
but check them out.
Because I'm just thinking about the one where he was like in the lifeguard seat, just chilling in the banana hammock. That was gangster as fuck.
Dude, yeah, boxer briefs the way to go. Like, in the chat. Who's saying that? Someone said that.
And then you have the babes here.
Yeah, man.
That piece is, that one's gonna stick out, bro. You got the triple threat, all three of them, right?
Oh man, the CG. And folks, if you haven't signed up for this yet, for the CG, what's the official title again? It's the swimsuit.
CG Vacation.
CG Vacation. I mean, Phil asked me about doing about having Abigail from Six Gun Gorilla. Gotta get a hot redhead in there, but I don't know who's gonna be drawing her. And I think Preston is like way too busy to take up those duties. So I don't know. We shall see. Either way, that thing's gonna be hot like a habanero salsa flambe. So everybody go check that shit out.
I'm also checking into making those brief bathing suit into on the website.
Crabs.
Back on the beach.
But yeah, oh boy, Debbie Harry this was her first film.
Shit.
Not that she did that many afterward. One of the things I always like to do on this stream is take a look at the different movie posters. Mm-hmm. First, it controls your mind, then it destroys your body. So those of you that aren't familiar with the plot, Videodrome is about a guy named Max Wren who's a little bit of a bottom feeder. What is his deal? His deal is that he is starting up like a video production company, or a broadcasting channel, right? But he doesn't have that much content. And since his company is small, well, what do you offer? You offer stuff that people can't get from the big guys, right? That's the whole idea behind the B movie. Okay, well, we don't have any movie stars. So what do we have? Well, the stuff that you can't see in the movies with the movie stars, which is to say sex, violence, nudity, so on and so forth. But he's feeling jaded and is looking for something new. So his assistant, this techie fellow, finds the show of the title, Videodrome, as in video arena, and it's just nothing but people being tortured, and beaten to death and murdered. But what doesn't occur to him is that this might be real, right? Oh, by the way, really quick, I got to address the whole Faces of Death thing. When I was a kid, my brother and some of his friends they rented it and they brought it home. Like, we're gonna watch this, man, snuff movie, and I was just like, "Fuck all y'all! I'll be in my room." Right? I don't want nothing to do with it. I'm out. And about a half an hour later, I hear a knock at my door. Yo, Brian. Yeah. Well, we need you to settle something here. Like, settle what? Well, some of us think this is real, and others of us think this is fake. And so I go down and I watch about 5 minutes of it. I'm just like, how the fuck did this fool any of you guys? It's so obviously fucking fake. And so half of the guys were really embarrassed, and yeah. And then I sat down and watched the rest of the movie with them, and found it like reasonably amusing. Monkey brains. Yeah. Yeah. Not exactly. Oh yeah. Yeah. James Woods is the GOAT Twitter hero. Yeah, he is kind of now, isn't he? And
yeah, him and Right Said Fred. Fuck.
Really?
Yeah. Check him out.
I had no idea.
Mm-hmm.
No shit. Yeah, I mean, there's some people that just don't give a fuck. Oh, there was a guy that young Ripa played a clip of. Was that the guy that I was thinking of? Where like some interviewer was giving him a hassle for like using patois, and and she was like, so basically SJWs can go kick rocks in your opinion. He was like, yeah.
Let's keep it, you know.
Yeah.
Keep it basic. Yeah. Fuck them.
Yeah. Fuck them. Fuck them.
It's not rocket science. It's not light bulb science here.
Yeah,
no.
Suck on it.
Yeah, but it's awesome that more people are coming out and saying this shit, right? So, and I think it's, like I said, I think this is the beginning of the end for cancel culture and the SJWs. And I think that's what, and they know it, and that's why right before everything goes tits up for them, they're going to get extra aggressive.
Oh, for sure.
For sure.
Stabby, like fucking
yeah.
CG
So
people fucking in the industry of comics and
make sure
movies.
Make sure to plan your shit and plan something. Your platform.
Yep. Oh, for sure. Well, I mean, if you get stabbed on, I mean, it ain't nothing but gonna help you. I mean, I'm just saying.
Right. Yeah, well, but I mean, you look at.
But my way of what I meant is, since it's simple. Look what happened to YouTube, right? Now it has advertisement. It has this. It has that. I'm thinking the same thing is going to happen eventually with freaking crowdfunding, because now we're getting the attention of all the freaking big companies, which they should probably not be on it, to be quite honest.
Well, we've all known that IGG, Kickstarter, these companies are not our friends, and they can snap us out of existence in a heartbeat. We've always been aware of that, and we all also are aware that the current model that we're using, it's just not sustainable. Right. Mm-hmm. This is just something that's building. This is the beginning of something else. That's going to become something else. Yeah, absolutely. This is the first stage in the evolution of whatever this thing is.
You have to have a plan.
Well, the main thing is that everybody keeps connecting. That's it, through YouTube or whatever the fuck we like watch our channels through. You know what I mean? That's the main thing. That way we know where each other is at. You know what I mean? It's not like we could all go to a big meeting every week and every single person in the movement, you know what I mean, can go there. But as long as we have our YouTube shows, or you know what I mean, then we can still do that. Then we could do our own.
If we have to run to Odyssey, if we have to run to Rockfin, it'll just be like whack-a-mole. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? But those alternatives have already been set up, and Odyssey even will automatically, you connect that to your YouTube
Shopify.
But yeah, it will automatically like save all of your YouTube videos. So if they try to Thanos snap us out of existence, we're ready.
And Twitter. We
got
can
a
connect through
blackout.
Twitter and YouTube.
Whatever.
Whatever is
important
around.
thing is we found each other now. We ain't
Yeah.
losing each other.
No, you said it better. There you go.
Yeah.
I like this scene right here.
Yeah. Yeah, it's quite good. Yeah, so Mr. Wren goes on the Rena King show, which is like a local talk show in Toronto. And Debbie Harry's character, Nikki, she is a like an emotional support counselor on a radio show. And what's great is just how the fact that he just starts macking on her.
Fucking pimp dad right here.
Yeah,
dude.
he does.
Fucking god pimp, dude.
Yeah,
I
man.
kept thinking of fucking Cat's Eye too. Remember when he was smoking?
Yeah.
And if you look at it, it looks so like fake that come on, that's not real TV. No, that's true. That's actually how it looked back then.
Yeah, that's how.
Yeah.
We got big
then you
homie
have-
fucking Oblivion Brian fucking
Brian
O'Rourke.
Oblivion. And he says something that's really interesting in this that also I think was very prescient. He says that in the future, all of us will have two names. We'll have like our given name, and then we will have our TV name. And I was thinking, like, shit, what about all the the names that we have on the internet?
I got like 3 or 4. Fuck. And I ain't fucking shit. I'm a little fucking turd. Like, I got 4 names.
Do you know what's crazy? Do you know what my first internet name was? Nobody else had it. This is like way back in the mid 90s. It was Neo.
What's up, Neo?
Yeah. From the Matrix.
Sorry, dude.
Long before the Matrix. So it was just like, damn.
I just got to say, ID Crisis, Indiegogo, and Kickstarter could get rid of every comic on the platform and still be making more money than we know what to do with.
Oh, yeah.
They don't care.
They don't care.
Comics, dude.
They don't
Not
care.
At all.
Not at all.
That's
Not
the
at all.
problem. That's the problem with those
Yes.
two platforms.
Yes.
They don't care about you guys.
Yep. That's why
You
I'm
know-
going to do Zoop
10%?
next.
You don't see them
get it all-
advertising
Get outta
comics
here.
that much.
We need our own website.
That's why I'm doing Zoop next. After I close the campaign for the current 6-gun, after that I'm going to go to Zoop, and they take 10%, but they also give you something in return,
No.
right? They
No.
do printing, they do fulfillment, and they also will hype your shit.
And
cut your hair.
And we'll see what happens.
Hold up, Brian. Until
Yeah.
you see somebody's actual fulfillment from Zoop, you stay the fuck away from there, dude.
It's
I
you mean
ain't seen
if
I
somebody
ain't seen
fulfilled?
shit. I ain't
That's
seen
a
one
good
person
point.
say, I got
That's a
this
good point.
book that I backed on Zoop. I ain't seen one person yet show me a fulfilled campaign
That's an excellent
from
point.
Zoop.
That's an excellent point, sir. That's an excellent point. Yeah,
There's a couple books on there.
That
There's
makes
like
sense.
20. There's like
Yeah,
20.
but
I
Zoop
backed-
also-
I backed
they
actual
want
ones.
6-gun. They let me know they want it.
Yeah.
They want to do a 6-gun omnibus. So
Well, did they offer you fulfillment also? Because I know that's
Yeah.
a thing they offer to
Yes.
certain people and not everybody.
Oh yeah.
well, I mean, I'm still talking with them. They're waiting for me to close the campaign because they don't want to start that shit while I have an active campaign, which is understandable. But whatever. Because
Business
I
is
also
business,
want to
man.
see
campaign.
if-
You have it in demand.
I'm a capitalist, so get your shit everywhere. Get it on a
Yep.
fucking
You don't have
website.
an
Get it on the
active
Kickstarter.
campaign.
Get it on the
You're in
Indiegogo. Get it on the
demand.
fucking Zoop. Get it in demand. Get it on CG
Right.
now. Get it all
Right.
over the fucking place.
Yeah,
I'm a
but I mean,
capitalist.
the thing is that we have a ceiling, right? And at a certain point, you know, unless you get like a full-throated endorsement from the big guys, from the kings, then you're there's only so far that you can rise.
Mm.
Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
No, see,
And-
look, this is what the problem is, though, is that you guys got to think past the crowdfunding platform.
Of course.
yeah.
Oh, dude, we
Yeah.
talk about it all the time.
You got
Sim
to build
especially.
your .coms, man. I can just as easily tell everybody you're launching your book on your fucking own channel.
Yeah, like Sim
and you're
brought up
selling it on your own
the
.com.
what Shopify
and,
Sim. You
Yeah,
brought up Shopify like a year ago or so. Well,
Yep, Shopify. You can do your own crowdfunding over there with some apps. You can if you
Yeah, I
don't want
remember.
to use that one, you can use something called the pre-sale mode, where you can
Yeah.
put a limit of cash where this book is happening at this. It's technically the same principle.
yeah, I remember about a
But
year
it's
ago.
it's sold through Shopify. Yep.
about Shopify crowdfunding and Shopify.
Heck, I'm just saying, until you see some actual fulfilled campaigns come out of Zoop, you're an experiment.
That's true.
Well, yeah, I mean that's kind of what I wanted to do, though. You're right, because I've experimented before with Kickstarter, putting my book on there and not promoting it, just to see how many people would back it just from coming across it.
The Coca-Cola stream, yeah.
Right, and that worked. That worked very nicely.
So that was all bycatch. I actually didn't even promote it, right? It just you put it on there.
Didn't promote. Made a point not to promote it, just to throw it on there, just to see how many people would back it just from stumbling across.
Yeah, me and Brian been talking about this for a long time, and then after that, when I saw Zoom, I'm like, dude, remember you were there when I went over the freaking thing? I think, Matt.
Yeah.
Right. So that's one of the things I wanted to do too, was to do something with them to see if they're for real, to see
as long as homegirl don't fuck shit up. I'll be real.
Right.
As long as homegirl,
exactly.
If she's all business.
Homegirl already fucked shit up somewhere else. I'm just saying.
She corned a bunch of people. But as long as she fucking don't fuck shit up, it's good to go.
So how do you trust somebody that's already fucking...
Wait, who are you talking about?
Camilla Zahn. She runs Zoop.
Yeah.
Ah, okay.
She runs Zoop or she's part of Zoop? Because I saw she got hired by them.
Same shit.
She got hired to
Mark
manage.
Wade with them?
Manage.
Because then, or Heather Antos, then I'll be like, shit.
Same
Alex
shit.
DeCampi.
But if she's all business now,
well, yeah, I mean, I don't know. I mean,
with Kickstarter, that's like Billy Tucci's on there, and fucking he's a CG king. And he's fucking running that shit.
And I'll be on Kickstarter very soon too. I might look.
So
I
don't
even have.
matter.
Well, remember we were telling, Preston and I when we were on Reni's stream, we were telling her spike campaign.
Yeah.
like do a second run campaign, but do it on Kickstarter, because there's going to be people that are going to stumble across your campaign. And
there's people that don't use one platform or the other. We all know that. There's people that don't use one or the other. I want everybody to .com up. I'd rather that I went all the way through CromCon going, and this book you can get at this .com, and this book you can get at that .com, and this book you can get at that .com. What would be the difference? We're still promoting where you can get the book.
Well, we've got Comicsgate now, but I don't know how many people.
Even CG
people
now, even that is only for certain people.
Right.
Okay.
And
it can be in demand or .com or whatever. And okay, look, it's a guide. It's not a promotional tool.
Right.
There's a difference. Okay.
Right.
We have to promote where these books are at. We have to promote, not just go, hey, go check out CG now. You got to promote where Matt's book is, where Brian's book is. You guys might as well have.
But that's what CG. But technically, that's what CG now does, because it links you to the website or the campaign.
Everybody.
But your point is good there, that it should be open to technically everybody.
Coca-Cola, like every day, spending billions.
Just look,
Coca-Cola,
you can say, go to CG now, and you can see all these books where they're at.
Exactly.
Or you can promote these books and where they're at. Okay. Look, I promote everybody's campaigns, whether they're on Indiegogo, Amazon, Kickstarter. Don't give a fuck. I'd rather do it for your all personal .coms, so you're not giving 10% to some scrubs that don't give a fuck about you.
No, you're 100% right about that.
Yeah,
we all have to move, because I back people that aren't CG, or they're adjacent and they do crowdfunds, but they also have their own. They also have their own. I'm sorry, I know we're talking about video.
Hey, if their book
they got their own sites,
I will fucking buy it.
They have their own sites. You know what I mean? Like fucking Timblesmith, 30 Days a Night, horror motherfucker. I backed his fucking original hate. Go to his site. Oh, check out my fucking Viking book, my Viking horror book. Me and my wife made. Shit looks tight as fuck. It's on his website. You know what I mean?
You know what I'm gonna be doing with the second? With technically, it's like Brian says, it's technically a second chance campaign, right? Technically on Kickstarter. So technically, what I'm doing is I'm gonna do the Kickstarter campaign, right?
Yeah.
So everything that you back the campaign at $25, you got a sketch card and you got a print run.
Yeah.
So on Kickstarter, that deal starts at $35.
Nice.
No,
it should
be.
It's like
at 25. They
but that don't seem like much until that 10% can build you a badass website.
That's a good point. That's an excellent
10% don't seem like much till You could really build a badass website with that 10% and pay to have it promoted with that 10%.
Yeah. Now,
yeah, I lost my .com though. I lost sixgungorilla.com.
Okay, Pops. There's one thing that you have to keep in mind on this shit. It's they take maybe 5% or something, right? But they take after that it's 2% plus per transaction. So calculated, it comes to the same amount.
Ooh, actually, I think
the same amount. You
I
have
think-
your own .com.
And-
You're selling your own product.
So they have a price that's plateau.
Gotcha. That makes sense.
It's just an observation, like the difference that I read a bit of their stuff, and that's where I'm like, I've researched a lot of Indiegogo and Kickstarter. That's why Indiegogo takes a little bit less than Kickstarter, like from the initial start, like I think
Right.
1% or 2%.
Okay, but
Because
now what's 10% of 15 campaigns 20 years from now? You know, I mean, you guys, this is what
back
I'm
in a
saying.
flash. I'm just gonna
You
get
use
refill.
crowdfunding to build your own house.
Yeah, we've all said that.
Walk away from it, man, because 10% is a lot of money when you start talking about a 6-figure campaign. And what do they do for you? Do they fulfill for you? Does Indiegogo do anything for you to get 10%?
Yeah, like if Ripper did like $1 million on there, he'd have to give him how much? $1 million?
$100,000
$100,000?
for what?
Yeah.
For what?
So.
That's
I keep
what
saying,
I'm saying.
I keep saying the idea. It's crowdfunding it's a startup. You're supposed to be doing
Yeah.
a
You get your
few
name out
and
there. You get
have
your
a
name out
plan
there.
and build up. That's why
Exactly.
like I'm saying right there, with the Kickstarter there, the fun part is this: everything that gets unlocked on Kickstarter, Indiegogo gets it as well.
No, that's that's cool.
Everything.
When
And
you
the
put
book-
stuff on
You guys
different
started
campaigns,
talking
you know,
about
you got to
porn.
do
Now
that
I
anyway,
can't
right?
get rid of these people.
Yeah, but that makes the book 100 pages as well.
What's up, spam bot?
That's Brian. He started talking about porn, and now we can't.
He
get
went to
rid
the
of these
bathroom.
people.
Stop spamming, man.
But
Gee.
Come on, man.
The
Don't
reason
fuck that
why-
spam up.
And the last thing it does, it's if the only thing that's different is you have variant cover on the Kickstarter, and if you go back
Right.
it, that gives you double the rewards.
Mm.
That's the idea that the plan I had with the Kickstarter. It's seeing it as a complementary to Indiegogo. I think
Cool,
I
dude.
think that's a pretty like that. You get a better deal by backing Indiegogo first, because that's
Well, I see that, like, I don't know, man. It's weird because there's just so many different audiences. Like, there's people that'll buy from your
Yeah,
website.
look,
There's people
you
that will
can
buy
look
from
at Sister
Indiegogo.
Mercy.
There's people that'll buy from Kickstarter. You know what I mean? It's like, fuck,
Sister
dude.
Mercy, 600 backers on Kickstarter, 4 on Indiegogo. Same
Yeah.
fucking book.
Exactly. So it's definitely, you're definitely leaving money on the table. You know what I
Mhm.
mean? If you're not going to both, and for the most part, no one gives a fuck if you go to CG anymore, or if you go to Kickstarter anymore. No one gives a fuck. Obviously, like, I don't think anybody really has. There's probably been like 100 people that gave a fuck in the chat that were vocal about it. Like, fuck that. It's
I
just like
promoted everybody
shit.
from the get-go.
ever since Tucci proved it, nobody has complained.
Yeah, he's always been doing it. So no one cares. I don't give a fuck.
But
They're all big fucking business anyway. They don't give a
like
fuck
I always
either.
said, like
Which
we
is
always
fine with
said,
me.
we're supposed to be selling comic books, okay,
Yeah.
and that's it.
It's business. It's
Where comic
capitalism.
books stand, and you go where the demand is, and you have to go create your own mailing list, your own clientele by going everywhere and hitting everywhere, and then plan your thing and use it to invest and be smart about it.
Amen, Hex. Red Label. Hail. Hail. What the fucking motherfucking Red Label?
People buy from Amazon Q Red Label sim.
The fucking Red Label. Hail.
Yep, that's one of the things. That's why I put it there, and it's so and anybody that has an Amazon account, they read it for free.
ID Crisis.
Dude, since it's been up, I think
80s.
I think it made $6.
$6 more than it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's not the point. The point is everybody can read it. Like everybody with a Kindle can read it if you have an Amazon account. So they all read your story and find you.
No, I love that, dude. You know what I mean? Like, it's fucking brilliant. Thank you for letting me be part of that.
And I want to do another one, but I got things to do, and I will.
Oh, I know. You're a fucking Swiss Army knife. You know what I mean? You can only flip out so many knives and scissors and files and fucking butter knives. You know what I'm saying? Toothpicks and little saws.
And not just that. Lately, I've been dealing with problem with the apartment, the landlords, and finding a place and shit.
Oh, like actual life, like shit that survival stuff that like you have to survive to produce the comics type shit.
Yeah, I brought my landlord to freaking court because of fucking stupid shit they've been doing, and I've been fighting with them, and real life shit.
There's no plot. Yeah, this movie was fucking crazy. Did you guys watch this movie recently? Videodrome?
Yeah, I did.
I just watched it last night. Like I was falling asleep. I had to keep going back and rewatching it.
I think I watched it like a month or two ago.
I don't know if you guys ever heard of this comic book. I don't know how I came across it, but it was called Ballistic, and it was about this guy who could he had a gun hand, and the gun could talk to him and everything, but it was bioorganic. It looked exactly like the fucking gun hand that he gets at the end of the movie, And in the comic, it was basically like it was in the future, and your body, you can basically get upgrades to your body to bond with different animals and plants and things like that. I forgot the name of the writer and the artist, but it's definitely an indie book. It was like Mortimer or something like that. I forgot the name of the writer, but it was.
What was the name of the book?
Ballistic. And I know there's probably 1,000 Ballistic comic books, but it was fucking tight. And he had the gun. The gun was alive, had eyes on it and everything. And you'd have a bartender with like a fucking leaf for an arm growing out, and then the book was sick, and the way it was drawn. There was I think it had a '57 Chevy Bel Air with like bat wings flying around in it, and nice. I don't know what publishing company. I'll show you guys. So I'll post it up. I got the whole series in the garage. It was like 5 issues.
That sounds badass, man. I would definitely check that out.
It was cool. I know you'd like it, and Sam too. You'd love that shit. Pops probably like it too.
Now, ID Crisis, I guess referring to Kickstarter, he says, "I forgot about the electric bikes and the fake vagina campaigns."
Wasn't that on Zoom?
Speaking of fake vaginas. There we go.
Were we?
I'm about to say, dude, that fool's got a mad gash in his stomach,
right?
Dude.
Yeah, and it's not exactly, but it kind of is.
I'm about to say, dude, that fool's got a fucking pussy in his stomach, dog. Like
exactly,
like that's what it. And I knew it was like
it is.
A subliminal thing from Cronenberg,
right? Right. Now, this was Cronenberg working
very
closely. I'm sorry?
He made me a girl.
Dude, hey, I want to say real quick before the end, I could watch a whole fucking movie with James Woods running around with the gun hand. Like, that was what I was getting to. I forgot. It slipped my mind, obviously.
Oh, dude. Yeah.
Oh, I love that shit. He's like,
it's amazing.
The transformation, like, it's going into his wrist. I'm like, dude, like, the movie's going to end right now, and this is only he's got a tumor in his head, and it's only a dream. Like, fuck that. I want him to go and...
Yeah, I mean, that's the thing. This was Cronenberg's first time with his reality bending, right? Where you don't know what's real and what's a hallucination. You kind of know if you're watching very carefully. For instance, when he goes to kill his boss, you see his gun hand, and his hand looks perfectly normal.
Yeah, right.
Right? Now that is a detail. That's not a continuity error. That is there on purpose. Because nothing in Cronenberg's movies, he is a meticulous craftsman. Nothing is by accident. But yeah, Rick Baker, the great Rick Baker, one of my childhood heroes, one of the greatest special makeup effects artists of all time. The guy who, by the way, trained Rob Bottin, who did The Thing, of course.
Yep.
And RoboCop and a bunch of other pictures. Worked very closely with Cronenberg on this. I have the Cinema Fantastique issue on this movie. And it also, of course, goes into Cronenberg's previous films, too, because by the time this was made, people were already writing books about him and writing books about his movies. The term Cronenbergian was already a thing. And just as an example, I remember Kenneth Branagh talking about the creation of the monster scene in his version of Mary Shelley's Frankenstein. And he was like, yeah, I just wanted it to be a little bit more Cronenbergian. right?
Mm-hmm.
It's a term like Lovecraftian. That's a term now, right? And I got to see a lot of. I'm a sucker for this sort of thing. I really am. I love seeing issues of like Cinema Fantastique did an incredible job with this for John Carpenter's The Thing, where you get to see early designs, you get to see conceptual illustrations, you get to see how things change
the use
over time, and how the artist, the makeup effects artist, and the director will have like this back and forth
the tug
and
war.
work together, right? And Cronenberg has a reputation for being very easy to work with, so he's not the kind of guy that's going to be like, well, we have to go with my idea because it's my idea. No, fuck that, right? And so you looked at early versions of the gun hand, for instance, and it was very obviously a penis. Right?
Wow. Wow.
Yeah, too obviously.
Oh yeah.
And it's the
That's
same
funny.
thing with the punani in James Woods's gut here, right? So it's not literally a punani. You don't have labia majora and minora. It's not a vulva.
I don't know, dog. He's got the shit on the right there, though, dog.
Yeah.
You know what I'm talking?
Dude, like James, two knuckles up. Get that G spot.
He's got that Arby's roast beef hanging down on the side gash.
Yeah, man. Oh God, yeah. The effects in this are fucking fantastic, man.
Crazy,
They're
dude.
so fucking cool.
It's almost like he's almost like the best director. Like if you got like a fucking serious thing you want to do, like, and you know you want it to done right, he's gonna fucking like I don't know, like name like a crazy movie, like imagine Cronenberg's version of it. You know, like it's probably pretty good, you know.
Oh yeah.
What would he do with that? Like Six Gun Gorilla. What would he do with that? You know what I mean?
Well, what I've always wanted to see is I've always wanted to see him do a Philip K. Dick movie. And he almost did. Because there are certain writers that you could tell he gels with, right?
Yeah, he's like designed for that.
Him,
right?
Yeah, Okay, the three names, all surrealists, right? And also in their own, in a sense, science fiction surrealists. J.G. Ballard, William S. Burroughs, and Philip K. Dick. Right? Especially with the reality bending shit. Right? And he loves Philip K. Dick. And the fact that he's never done a Philip K. Dick movie drives me fucking crazy because
probably drives him even crazier.
Yeah, probably. And like I said, he almost did
especially with that remake of Total Recall, he was
Total Recall.
Motherfucker Colin Farrell and right?
You know what I mean? It's the same thing. It's like, oh, they're doing a new Dune movie. Get Jodorowsky, you fucking fools! Right? It's like, it just whatever. But they're not going to give these old directors. That's the thing. It's very difficult for someone like Cronenberg now to raise money for a movie unless he's got a Viggo Mortensen, unless he's got like a Robert Pattinson, or in this case, Kristen Stewart. Right?
Fucked up.
Yeah, because he's almost 80, and they don't. And the lack of fucking respect, man, always fucking rankles me. And you see this in the comic book industry, and you see it in Hollywood especially. They're just like, oh, well, he's too old. You know, he's like, you know, how is a young audience going to connect with his work? Right?
Well, he's making shit fucking 40 years almost fucking relevant now. You know what I mean?
Yes, that's what I'm saying. Exactly. It's fucking maddening.
But I mean, you know, we know they don't give a fuck. They're all woke fucking motherfuckers and into money and who knows what the fuck right now. You know what I mean?
Right. And thank goodness there are guys like Viggo who are just like, I'm down.
Yeah. Viggo's a trucker, dude.
I'll get your movie made. Robert Pattinson, right? Who did the smartest thing he possibly could have done, right? I guarantee you, he looked at Leonardo DiCaprio. What did Leonardo DiCaprio do right after Titanic?
The indie dive.
Yup. Welded it, right? Weld yourself to a great indie director, something like Ryan Gosling did with Nicholas Winding Refn, right?
I mean, I would. I mean, fuck.
Show people that you're a real actor, but also get these fucking guys' movies funded.
Right.
Because a guy like David Cronenberg can't fucking do it now. And that's a fucking tragedy because he's still with us. I mean, to me, when I found out that Chronicles of the Future was coming out, I was like, fuck yeah, this is like getting like a new, a great Carpenter movie. like a Romero movie, a new.
What was it like? That movie?
It's good.
Was it action packed? I mean,
no.
Okay,
No,
so what type
no.
of movie was it? I have no fucking
It's like
clue.
a combination. It's almost like a greatest hits, but it's not. In other words, you're not like, oh, this is from that movie, this is from that movie, but you're kind of like, oh, this reminds me of Crash. This reminds me of Videodrome.
What's the synopsis, though?
It's set in a future where human beings are mutated,
Okay.
and they're developing the ability to eat plastic because the atmosphere has become so toxic that human beings are evolving in such a way where we can basically eat our own toxic waste.
You know what's crazy, dude?
Yeah.
I had a theory that we were designed by nature. I mean, I'm Christian, all, but to create plastic.
That's an interesting idea.
Like Earth created us to create plastic.
Right?
I don't know why, because there's a Pacific garbage patch, the great one. But I had that, and I put that in.
Wow, that's a cool idea. I like that a lot, man.
Why did Mother Earth summon us to create plastic? I had that theory a long time ago. Sorry.
I remember that from a fucking cartoon.
Really?
Yeah.
People think the same shit, right?
Oh,
I actually
by the way,
put that in a song one time back in the day. That was like one of the things. It was a lyric I had.
It's a cool idea. Anyway, what happens is the main character, Viggo Mortensen, is a guy who is growing new organs.
He's in there?
Organs that have
What?
Yeah.
That's the fourth movie now, right?
Yep. Yeah, it is. He always gets Cronenberg shit funded.
I wouldn't fuck around with. Well, I mean, if I was him, I would be just fucking doing Cronenberg too.
Yeah, me too.
He's just a down to earth blue collar motherfucker too. Like he was he was just like a trucker. He was a straight up trucker. You know what I mean?
And a fucking Renaissance man.
Yeah,
An artist.
Tequila too. He makes tequila, or he's a. Well, I mean, I remember back in the day, I used to work at a big, beer, a spirits seller, a big fucking liquor store. Yeah, and he was always on the. And this was back when the Fellowship of the Ring came out. He was on Tequila magazine on the cover.
Really?
And I was like, this motherfucker is like, okay. And as time went on, I was like, okay, he's all about the art, dude. He don't give a fuck about anything but the art and the movie.
Yeah.
That's it.
He's a Renaissance man.
That's cool, man. I respect the fuck out of people that are Renaissance men, dude, and women.
I was watching the Cannes Film Festival, the red carpet event for Crimes of the Future, right? Because I'm all fucking psyched like a little kid.
Dude, Viggo
walks up to this reporter, right? And starts speaking to her in French.
Yeah.
And that's when I realized that motherfucker speaks like he's a polyglot. He speaks
he's a Latin Viking.
He's a Latin Viking. 6 or 7 fucking languages.
Yeah,
like
he's a crazy motherfucker.
You could go on YouTube and do like a search for Viggo Mortensen languages, and you'll see him on these press junkets, and he can like talk to everybody in their own language. It's fucking
He's a trucker, dude. He's a Viking. He's fucking Danish and Argentinian.
Yep.
Fucking going around, fucking learning shit, spreading
Renaissance,
shit.
man.
And Renaissance. He's one of my favorites, dude.
Yeah,
I loved him
too.
in the Prophecy. Just that little nugget, he really sells it too. He's eating the fucking rose petals,
Yeah. Oh, dude. Yeah. His appearance as Lucifer in that's unforgettable.
Probably
and that was
best.
actually a movie I wanted to do on this stream.
We should do it. It's on there, I think.
It is.
It's on there.
It is.
I'm down as fuck.
And I'm very fond of that movie. Like
Eric
every
Stoltz.
time I see it, I like it more.
Eric Stoltz is pretty cool in there. That little quick.
Yes, excellent. Yeah,
sorry, dude.
No. That's all go. Elias Koteas, one of the most underrated actors of all time.
My dad loved that dude. I was just like, that's Casey Jones. He's pretty cool.
And also, he was in Crash
and Skinwalkers. He was all right in there.
Oh, dude, yeah. That's an example of like what an incredible actor he is. Is like I was watching, Skinwalkers, and the climax, he's got like this monologue, and I'm just like, he is selling the fuck out of this. This movie is shit and it's nonsense, but he's fucking selling that shit.
It's Wolves adjacent like a motherfucker, though. I'm sorry, doggy.
Wolves is 100 times better. Wolves is 100 times better.
I gotta go back and rewatch it, but I just remember it was like very, very very same genre for sure.
It was
like,
it was
okay. It's okay.
Near dark.
Stan Winston, one of his last offerings. That one, and also Wrong Turn. The first Wrong Turn's tight as fuck.
I
Like that one's
one too.
really good. The Appalachian Texas Chainsaw Massacre type shit, but in the Appalachians, you got the family that's fucking survivalist shooting a bow and arrow. Oh, I fucking love that movie.
Yep.
Sorry.
Yeah, Rom-com was good.
Oh, and another thing that's interesting. Another thing that's interesting about this. Did you notice that the format of the the tapes? It's not VHS. It's Betamax.
I didn't notice that. No.
Yeah. So
but I thought it was a dope ass effect, though.
Early this was, right? How this was how like this was made during the time when like it wasn't clear whether Betamax or VHS were going to become the dominant format.
Laserdisc. I always remember. Do you guys remember a place called Suncoast in the mall?
Yeah, of course.
I remember going there with my pops and big RoboCop Laserdisc. Like my dad be like, yeah, son, that's the optimum fucking form of viewing entertainment. Maybe one day we'll get that. And I'm just like, Laserdisc, RoboCop, and like it never happened. But I was just like, that's that. See, there you go. That shit's got like 10 pussy lips on it.
Yeah. So
I mean, it does. I mean,
right.
That shit's funny.
Right. And here's the scene we're talking about where James Woods' Walther like has these spikes coming out of it that go through his fingers and into his palm, and oh, how gnarly that is. Yeah, so it like pretty much like literally welds itself to his hands. But here you can see his hand looks perfectly normal.
Mm-hmm. With a normal handgun.
Right? And so that's the hallucination. And that's reality. I'm guessing, right?
Yeah, but the way that he's placed, you wouldn't see the veins going to the bottom of the hand. To be quite honest.
Yeah, but I mean, but I mean, then eventually the whole thing is covered with skin, right? It becomes like this like fleshy thing.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I especially love this scene where the guy whom he thought was his friend, who's the guy who basically introduces him to Videodrome, takes a cassette that's diseased, and obviously is designed to like send him on some kind of a suicide mission. And so he open up to me. There's something I want to play for you. And oh, look at that. That's just gnarly looking. And this scene confused me a little bit when I was a kid, right? So he jams his hand in there, and he's already been like deprogrammed by Brian Oblivion's daughter. And homeboy pulls his hand out, and it looks like that. I didn't realize initially it's a German stick grenade, right? And they hear this ticking sound, like tick, 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 tick. Except you're not aware if it's supposed to be a sound effect or if it's on the soundtrack, right? And see, in Pittsburgh, boom!
Hey, Brian, I got that picture of that Ballistic comic if you want to share my screen.
Yeah, hell yeah, man. Oh, yeah, and then we also, let's see here.
That's it. And that shit really plugs into his hand, dude.
Oh, my God. That's right. Yeah, that's right out of... Oh, Black Mask. Interesting. Yeah, that was formed by Steve Niles and a couple of other guys.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, the guy who did the first 3 covers for Six Gun Gorilla, who shall not be named, was because he tried to cancel me or threatened to cancel me.
I'm sorry, dude.
Yeah, no, it's okay. He was working on something with them that never materialized because he's a drunk.
That book's pretty tight though. Like it
looks great.
Awesome.
I'll check it out.
Pretty awesome. Cheap as fuck. It's like $2 on fucking.
That's always fun when you want to check something out and you get it on like.
It's Amazon very Cronenbergian too, like fucking Philip K. Dick, like a motherfucker too.
Clearly, yeah. No, I will definitely check that out. Yeah, there it is. See it. Betamax, bitches.
Betamax.
Yep. And Laserdisc, I remember being interested in, but then I found out that you had to turn the discs, and I was like, okay, this isn't like finished. Like this isn't finished technology. I'm gonna wait until they have something where you don't have to flip it, and that ended up being DVD. But that was a long time, and there was a time where most of the movies I was watching were VHS rips of Japanese Laserdiscs, like old Lucio Fulci movies, like The Beyond, for instance. You can get that shit here, but you could get a Japanese Laserdisc, but it would have the hard-coded Japanese subtitles on it. which was a little bit of a hassle, but you know, you still got to see the damn movie. Now, Videodrome itself is, Brian Oblivion says, is a signal, right? That creates a tumor in your brain, and that it doesn't need the image of the violence in order to like penetrate your mind, right? But the imagery of the of the sexual sadism sort of preps the brain. It kind of lubes it up. It kind of like opens the neurotransmitters so that it receives the signal more effectively. And so it's like a conspiracy by these sick bastards who are like, well, basically, like there are people that like love porn and would watch sick shit like this. Why don't we get rid of them? And I thought that was very kind of current in many respects too. I mean, of course, in the 80s, you had the Nice Commission report on pornography, right? And I still think that that was about Ed Meese. For those of you that aren't familiar with it, basically, they wanted to ban pornography in America. Yeah, good luck with that. What are they going to do? Go house to house, like with cops grabbing everybody's stroke mags and fucking VHS smut, right? I always thought that was a secret plot by Ed Meese to create a Fort Knox of porn, right? And he would be like the only guy with the key. All this porn is mine. It's all mine. Fuck that guy. But yeah, no, I mean that's it. Yeah, it's you know, like he says, he's just like you know, why deny that you get your kicks out of watching torture and murder? However, that's not really fair to James Woods' character because he didn't know it was real. And when Nikki is asking him to cut her, which is some pretty dark shit, I think Cronenberg kind of sees this type of B&D S&M the way that I see it, which is as a expression of self-hatred. You know, look, there's nothing wrong with getting a little frisky, but you know, if you're drawing blood, right? There's this moment where she's like, "Hey, Max, like, look at this," and she lights a cigarette, and she's about to put it out on her. He's like, "Don't!" And when she burns herself, he closes his eyes. He's not into it. So, you know, he's clearly not a fucking sadist at all,
right?
And oh yeah, here we see Brian Oblivion's church of the cathode ray, right? And yeah, which is like a mission where homeless people can come in, get something to eat, but also everybody gets their own little cubicle. And I thought that's interesting too. It's not like everybody is sitting in front of one big TV set. There's a TV set for each person, so they have kind of like an intimate experience with it. Oh man, isn't that beautiful? I love the look of that office. And then of course the production design's fantastic. Cronenberg worked with a lot of the same people throughout his career. His sister Denise Cronenberg, you'll see her name in a lot of mainstream movies as a costume designer.
That's a good way to keep your genre intact.
Yeah, without a doubt. Without a doubt. So anything else that you guys want to say about Videodrome and why these folks in the chat and anybody watching this afterwards, why they should check it out?
Well, I don't know. I guess I'll speak first. I will say that fucking if you're a fan of The Fly and you don't know who Cronenberg is, this is like me. I haven't watched any of his old 80s movies in his whole body horror genre that led up to The Fly and then went into Eastern Promises and also, you know, later on his Freudian stuff. But this is his sci-fi stuff. And I don't know, really, you got to check it out. I really liked it. And again, I'm going to have to go back and watch it not only the fact that I fell asleep a couple times, but just because you can't tell what's reality and what's you know, part of James Woods' character's dream. You know?
Did you ever see Existence?
Nope.
Ooh.
That's really good. Of course, I recommend going back, watching Shivers, Rabid.
Is there one with James?
The Brood.
James Spader? Is there one with James Spader?
Yes, that's Crash.
Okay, that's
but
the
his early movies are really interesting to watch because a lot of people noticed him right off the bat. An early champion of Cronenberg's was Martin Scorsese.
one.
I read an article that he wrote. This is like when I was a kid. I was subscribed to all these movie magazines, and there was some snooty ones that I was subscribed to as well, like Film Comment, and it had a little essay in it about David Cronenberg's movies and why people who were interested in great cinema should check them out. And it was by Martin Scorsese, and it was explaining to a friend of his, like, "Oh man, I just saw this movie Rabbit the other day. You need to check it out." And his friend, of course, was like, "Well, what's it about?" And he was like, "Well, it's about this woman, right? And she gets into like a accident and a motorcycle accident, and so she goes to this a plastic surgery clinic, and then she has like a vagina in her armpit, and this penis that comes out of it, and the spike that comes out of the urethra, and she stabs people with it and sucks their blood and gives them rabies."
Wow.
And his friend, of course, was looking at him like he was a fucking lunatic. He was like, "No, I'm telling you, it's great. You got to check it out." What can I say? Cronenberg's a fucking visionary. He's a visionary.
Yeah. No,
He's one of the greatest living filmmakers. He created his own genre.
Yeah.
His movies aren't like anybody else's. They're really special. Check out, and you don't need to necessarily check them out in order. Scanners, I think, is one of his more accessible early movies.
I've heard of that movie.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
That had a bunch of sequels without him.
And they're not good.
No, not especially. And then of course, there's the Dead Zone, which I think has the best Christopher Walken performance ever.
Seen that back in the day, and remember it was pretty dope.
Yeah, and it's absolutely a David Cronenberg movie. And then, of course, the one that he's probably best remembered for, The Fly.
Yeah, that's one of my favorite movies.
Yeah, it's really incredible. Like a really special movie, I think. ID Crisis says the epidemic aspect of Rabbit didn't seem to reach the proportions it should have. The hashtag small budget. Yeah, absolutely. Early movies were made with very small budgets, and he got the most out of what he had to work with, though. We
got to make a movie, guys. We got to make movies of our IPs. I was talking to my wife the other day. I'm like, I'm watching the scene, and this chick's possessed for like 8 minutes in the title sequence of the movie. It's a low budget movie. I'm like, why can't I have a cheap ass fucking movie of Butch Cleaver like that?
Right.
Like, just go rewrite the story, and I'm like, fuck, if they could do it,
shrink it.
I mean, just just a little something. You know what I mean?
Of course.
Get some cosplayers and shit, and then
look. The technology has made it so anybody can make a movie now.
Yeah, on your.
That doesn't mean everybody should, but
yep.
There are people that are making the fucking movies on their damn phones. And that's dope as fuck, right? Because of course that means that there's going to be a lot of fucking trash.
It's attainable. Like I would never even think about it, but now I'm like, well, fuck. I mean, I don't know. I mean, I could put out some shit, but I mean, at least I could put out some shit.
Well,
you know what I mean?
I know that.
Check it out. Let me break the fucking mood for a second.
Yeah, go ahead.
Let me break the mood for a second.
Word up.
I got announcements, man.
Oh, hell yeah. Rock and roll, Pops.
Sign up for CromCon was started today at 2 p.m. and by 3:45, this show was booked completely.
Booyah.
We will be doing Brian's countdown on the 25th at 9 p.m. We're really going to do it this time, yo. Not like last month.
And if for some reason I should have to cancel on you, which is highly unlikely, sir, highly unlikely, I will let you know way in advance, and I will still. You have my word. I'm going to close on your damn on the damn CromCon. Damn it.
We're good. We picked up 2 sponsors.
Booyah.
The show is good for the rest of the year.
Woohoo! Nice.
Committed Comics and Laughing Rogue. Nice. Both of them will also be at CromCon, so you'll meet them. You'll get to know who they are, what they're about. Hey, they just made it so that we got CromCon till 2023. So
hell yeah!
Much love to those guys.
Fuck yeah!
Dope.
That's awesome, dude. That's awesome.
If you want to
did
share
me
my screen real quick,
Yeah.
you can
was
see
gonna
that schedule right there. Like I said, full, baby. Everybody's there. Sim's there. Rich Parada, Jason Conley, Lenore, Paul Roper, Mike Jimmy. Oh man, Silverline Comics has their normal hour. You got James Rock, Mike Baring, Chris Brown, Jay Morris, Paul Gomez, Cindy Captain. Just it's awesome.
Mike Barron's awesome, man. I've been watching his YouTube videos lately.
Oh, dude, I love his videos. But then
Yeah.
I everything about that. Also, some guy named Sim's gonna be there.
Yep.
The Siminator.
And
by the way,
Christy Shane, Glenn Fleming. Oh, everybody, man. It's gonna be a good time. So
It's speaking of Mike Barron, big Six Gun Gorilla fan, called the book Majestic.
Just
saying.
That's awesome.
Oh, dude,
No.
I kicked out so fucking hard. You have no idea.
Dude, I like the fact that he said that my book is highly imaginative. I'm like,
Yes.
Really?
Yes.
That's awesome, dude.
Hell
That's,
yeah.
that's a high praise, man.
Yeah, it is.
there's
Yeah,
a
it
few
is.
people that
And
Mike
it's
has told me, man, their book is fucking amazing on the side, in private.
Yeah.
Like,
Okay.
you guys both are on that list. He liked
wow.
Rich's book. He liked Incantessi a lot.
Wow.
Mike's a good dude, though. Mike's a real good
Yeah, he
dude.
is.
Yep.
Yeah, he is. He's real as
Support
fuck.
the hell out of that guy because he's been giving us a lifetime of entertainment, not just like a couple of
Yes.
years.
Yes.
He's got a lot of good
Hey,
stuff
he's-
coming out too.
I remember like first discovering his
Dude.
Nexus when I was I was
Badger,
still in high
Nexus.
school.
dude, that's what
He's
that
talking
that's
about.
my thing too. Like people are
Exactly.
bringing up a whole bunch of things. It was Nexus and Punisher,
Yeah, it's Punisher.
and then also like you wrote I think a few stories, 1 or 2 stories, I think, if not more, of Alien Legions.
I
Oh,
want to
dude.
go get all of his Punisher stuff. I
Badger.
want to go to get all.
Badger.
But
Badger,
Yeah,
Badger,
sounds
yeah,
fire.
yeah,
Dude,
yeah. Although
I
I'm
just
so
bought-
mad.
novel out too.
I just bought the Gormendo book from him with this new thing from him. That it's at Chris right now, and I'm like,
I want to get Florida Man
Yeah,
too.
you guys know the
That
story
was really
behind
funny.
that, right? He wanted to write a Galactus book.
Oh no shit.
Oh,
He wanted a Nexus Galactus book, and Marvel
Oh.
wouldn't let him do it, so he changed the name to Gormando, and it's
yep.
What's up with
basically
Galactus.
what's up with
You
know,
Nexus's
I mean-
what's up with Nexus's powers? Sorry to set go off
no,
topic.
that's
but
okay.
What's up with Nexus's powers? Like what is his
He's
power?
technically a bit like Solar or something, you would say,
Yeah,
in a way.
he's-
Like he's
he's
the power
intergalactic.
cosmic guy. He's one of
Yeah,
Oh,
the
so he's like Silver Surfer
Right.
kind of.
So
Huh?
you
Yeah.
can imagine him being a herald of Galactus. It's a
Yes.
very, very, very cool idea. Here's the thing. This is how I understand
like
it. From
Captain
how I read it.
Marvel from Marvel. Remember?
Right,
Something
right.
like
Pretty
him.
dope.
Yeah.
That's pretty
The-
dope.
From what I recall, this is what I've read, right? And read a long time ago, was that Mike knew Steve Root, and they wanted to do a comic together. And so Mike, being a smart guy, asks his friend, the artist, like, what would you like to draw, right? Because that's one of the
That's
things that you want to do when you're right. Like when I wrote Nine Devils for Preston, I was just like, okay, like a lot of like futuristic barbarians on like badass like motorcycles and shit. Like, yeah, he's
You gotta see the new Amon Amarth video.
Oh, wait, hold on.
What's up, dude? You
Oh,
want to say hi to everybody? This one don't talk like Rocky.
Zeus.
Zeus. Yeah,
What's up, Zeus?
they're talking to you over there.
Got anything to say?
Oh, I don't want that.
Oh, I'll give you.
Why you
Oh,
trying to
I'll
give
give
me
you
that tongue, boy?
smooches.
Back that up.
Oh man, huskies are fucking adorable.
What do you
man.
want?
I want a husky.
He wants your
They're
love,
they're the
dude.
best dogs, dude.
I
Dude,
always
they
wanted-
are.
I always
Aw.
wanted one just because those motherfuckers are strong as fuck and they look like wolves.
And
They look like
they're
buff
sweet.
wolves.
He really looks wolfy. He doesn't have a dog look to him.
It's just
He
wolves
really-
that are more like skinnier, you know, and these motherfuckers are buff and like they pull
What do
fucking
you
sleighs
got?
in the snow.
Yes,
and shit.
they do.
He's
Bad
got that
motherfucker.
look. That just like the arrogant look.
Yeah.
Like I could eat you just as soon as look at you. You'll just
Yeah.
Or,
land on the
another way-
couch, right?
Another way you can say it is like,
Rocky
you know,
looks
like a,
all and Baron's just and Zeus just like, yeah, fuck them people.
You know when you talk to your dog, he looks at you and he's always happy you're talking to him.
Yeah.
When you talk to a husky, you're gonna talk to him. He's gonna look at you. You talking bullshit.
He's gonna talk
with the eyebrow going like
expressions.
Like really, motherfucker?
Yeah, really, motherfucker.
Oh.
I know that's not true. I follow you everywhere, you piece of shit.
Yeah, no, I mean, oh god, I mean, honestly, I've always considered them the most beautiful dogs. I just think that they're as gorgeous as a dog can get, and the ones I've met have been sweethearts too. And
I
give me
watched
the
Northman
nose
the other
boop.
day, and I thought the ending was stupid. I'm sorry.
Which
To
one?
what? Which one?
The
The
Northman?
one on fucking Peacock or whatever.
The
The
Northman?
Northman? You didn't like
Hey,
that?
Time of Dying. I love the Northman. I actually
Dude,
that was one of the
4
movies I
fucking
went. That was the
stars.
second
The way
movie
it
of my
ended
life.
was
I went
stupid.
to
No,
saw
the
by
way it ended was
myself.
awesome.
Some motherfucker went full fucking
You didn't see it yet.
Rambo. He went full Rambo at the end. Infiltration mode. I didn't expect it, and that's what most people hated about it. They wanted him to go full berserker. I forgot the terminology for the wolf.
I don't get it, dude.
Wolf pelt skin wearing people. The berserkers are the
Yeah.
motherfuckers that wear the bear skins.
The bear
And
circus.
the wolf.
Yeah.
Wolf. Fuck! I forgot the name of it. I've been
Well,
saying
it's
it
the
all
same.
day.
It's the same. It's the same
Same
principle.
concept. But
Except-
the
yeah.
wolves are more in packs, and berserkers they hunt by themselves.
Right.
Dude, I sat here
That was-
watched
that's
the
the main
whole
difference,
movie,
and
and I
where
was
does it go?
digging it, and I was digging it, and I was digging it, and then they both fucking get.
That shit was tight. That shit was tight.
his.
And,
side.
it was
His side.
technical and it was authentic as possibly.
Yeah, it was.
could be.
And
Also
all the
hypnotic
Conan the
and fucking,
Barbarian references.
and it
dude?
was sword and sorcery at the same time.
Yes,
So he was
it
just like
is.
Yeah.
all these genres.
I know. Yeah. No.
Fucking sequel.
And they
They
don't
took
make
away the
movies like that
possibility for
No,
anymore.
it's a beautiful.
Not
No,
everybody.
no,
Not
no,
everything
no,
has to
no,
have a
no,
sequel, and not everything has to end
I'm
well.
gonna
bro.
leave it to my favorite winter sun song, which
Sam,
is
if you
Finnish
don't
death
give 'em a
metal.
sequel, then they're
It's a
gonna
beautiful
remake it.
death. A beautiful death.
Yeah.
A beautiful death.
Yeah.
That-
He
that's all.
won.
He fucked that fool up. That
Yeah,
fool
he
fucking
won.
lost his shit.
And then
it's
he goes to
historically
fucking
accurate.
Valhalla.
No, what I liked about it, it's historically accurate. Because
So does
his
the
uncle,
other guy.
his uncle fucking lost his shit in real life. He lost his shit in his history. I mean,
Yeah.
he lost his shit.
Yeah, it's Hamlet.
No, I mean, I forgot who it was. If it was Fairhair or whoever the fuck came in and took Fjolnir's shit. But Fjolnir's not the real. That's just the name they give in the movie. But he took his shit, usurped him, kicked him off, and this motherfucker's like, well, guess I'll go to Iceland and be a fucking farmer now. And then fucking homeboy.
And he got into
Hamlet
Valhalla
was like,
because of the
fuck.
other guy.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah.
yeah. And then there's a lot of hate.
Yeah, that dude
Yeah.
didn't deserve to
There's
be
a
in
lot of hidden
Valhalla. No.
Yeah. But he ensured.
Did he
but
deserve to be in
also,
Valhalla?
You remember there's that scene of like of the world tree, right? And the roots that are connecting all the people.
Yeah. Oh, there's a lot.
Everything that he
And
is
they're
told,
like, is his
everything
dad
that he
Odin?
sees
Maybe his dad
real.
is Odin. Yeah.
It's all real.
Like they didn't have to put all that extra fucking. They didn't have to put all that extra like hypnotic fucking Norse shit in there,
Oh
like
my
fucking showing
God.
Odin. I fucking
I-
love
and
that.
they do
That
not
made it
make
even
movies
richer.
like-
That
they
made
don't
it
make-
sweeter, dog. I fucking loved it. They didn't have
Look,
to, but it made it
one
better.
of the things
It made
that
it better.
Vikings used against
I think so,
each
too.
other was making somebody grow old and not get into Valhalla.
Mm-hmm.
He
Yeah.
allowed dude to get into Valhalla.
He didn't
He
deserve it.
also,
deserved
he
to
also
be
cut
in
his
Valhalla.
fucking head off. Do you know what I'm saying?
Why didn't he deserve to
And
be in Valhalla? Why didn't he
ensured-
deserve it? You know why they
Because-
get into Valhalla? They die in battle.
Yeah, exactly.
And he died in a little mini battle with his uncle on a
He's one of
motherfucking
the people they
the
should have let
volcano.
die in bed.
If you're, you don't know, I understand.
You don't make it into Valhalla for honor. You make it because you died in battle.
Right.
He died in
that's
battle.
what
He
I
was
just
battling
said.
1-on-1.
That's
with his-
what I
with his
just
uncle.
said. They used that tool. There was people they let grow old because they didn't want to allow them to make it to Valhalla.
Right. No, you make a
Come
good
on,
point,
man,
but
they're not
here's
gonna
the
let-
thing. But here's the
They're
thing.
not
It's
gonna let
about
stuff like that.
It's about more than that, though. It's about more than revenge. That's how revenge stories work. And that revenge story, it works the same way. It starts out with the hero wanting revenge, then getting to the dream stage where they're kicking ass, and then they're kicking ass, then the nightmare stage where they get fucked up and everything goes south, right? Which
His
is always
moms.
my favorite part of the story.
His mom's. That was
Oh
the
my
fucked up
God.
shit. You motherfucker.
Lady
That-
Macbeth shit, dude.
I was pissed. I was like,
That's
Yeah,
what I
yeah, yeah.
mean.
I was like,
liked
fuck
it
that
all the way
bitch.
up to the
Yeah,
I was like,
end.
I was like, cut her down.
Yeah.
I liked it
Right
all
there in the
way up
theater.
to
I mean,
the
my
end
buddy
where
was
they
like,
let
do that
Cut
shit
that bitch
do.
down.
fight his way into Valhalla. That's the only part I didn't like. I didn't like the ending. Shit, dude. Traitor dude.
I gotta disagree.
Dude shouldn't have been able to fight his way into Valhalla. He should have died on.
I understand what you're saying. But remember, let me continue what I was saying about like the hero's journey, like Joseph Campbell and the revenge story, right? So then there's the nightmare stage where he gets his ass kicked. And then there's a stage where basically he's like, you know what? I don't want it anymore. It's not about that. He goes back. Remember, he can get away with his wife and child, but then they're always going to be looking over their shoulders.
Yeah.
He has to go back there and stop that motherfucker so that his woman and his child can go on and beget this dynasty.
And now he's got to drink with dude in Valhalla.
Yep.
Yeah, they also get to fuck each other up though too.
Yeah, he gets to fight that fool forever.
Yeah,
on a volcano, butt naked.
You fight all fucking day. Then at the end of the day, you go into the fucking hall and you fucking drink and you fucking tell stories and all your wounds heal. And then you get up the next morning after you pass the fuck out, feeling like $1 million and going through the whole thing all over again.
And you got to remember too, his uncle probably, arguably fought in more like orchestrated war battles. He was more of a siege berserker.
A commando.
He fought in packs. He wasn't a berserker. He was a wolf. Fuck, I forgot the name, but that's what he did. You know, his uncle and his pops, Dwarf or Ethan Hawke. They're probably a little more skilled too in the art of warfare. You know what I mean?
Right.
So they're both, all three of them could have died in Valhalla. Like I kind of like respect all three of their characters. Like they're both just kind of doing their own Viking. They're all Viking.
Yeah, you know that's a very good point.
So if you make an origin story about each one of those motherfuckers, like if they all had their own movie, it's all kind of the same in some ways. They're all just trying to do it. But Hamlet, I'd probably go with him because he's kind of the most innocent in some ways. But he got tainted in some ways. But that's his culture. That's what they did. They were slavers.
He was a little boy. He basically, because let's face it also, what is the story? It's Conan the Barbarian.
It's Conan the motherfucking Barbarian. And it's sword and sorcery when he fights that big motherfucking
Viking. I will you, father. I will save you, mother.
Yeah.
I will avenge you, father. I will save you, mother.
Yeah. And Conan the Barbarian, what does he start out as? He starts out as a pit fighter, as a gladiator, because these motherfuckers do that to him.
And that's just the movie too.
That's just the movie. That's not in the comics.
But it's it's my favorite movie.
Yeah, that's what we're talking about. We're talking about the
love
movie.
that,
dude. And the fucking when he gets the sword.
Oh, this is the same shit.
That's the same shit, except
that's the motherfucker.
What happens is what you thought was gonna happen.
Oh, he's like, oh wait, did I eat another cap?
Fucking amazing.
Did I eat 10 caps or did I eat 11 caps of shrooms?
That
was real. I fought that big fucking 10-foot tall Viking in the fucking dirt. I took his motherfucking sword. That was tight.
Yep.
And then Willem Dafoe playing all these different fucking.
Oh, fucking fantastic!
He was a god. Like I forgot the god that he plays. Like with the head getting his eye. Like he's a famous god.
Well,
that he was the whole time.
But
like, that god took over that role when he was feeding his son in the beginning of the movie. He becomes. He is like. I forgot what god he is, but.
Right.
There's a lot of that stuff in there.
And there's Shakespeare too. I mean, remember, we're talking English lit.
Shakespeare robbed
right?
that. Shakespeare robbed Hamlet.
Yes, absolutely, shamelessly, as any storyteller will. You know what I'm
saying?
I
love it. I would have went on and made another movie. I mean, in that regard, Pops, I would have went. I love that movie, but I still haven't got the perfect fucking Viking movie or TV show. And I'm glad that they've done stuff.
I think that's pretty much the title holder right now.
It is. It's just like
it is.
They kind of got it.
That the last movie before this,
The Last Kingdom is real good. I like that.
That's the best one. Then it's Viking season 1 through 4. Then that new shit I won't even watch because they fucked up Hakon. And you know about Hakon, right? You've seen all the videos on there, right?
I don't watch. I watched the first season and a half of Vikings, and I was out as soon as he starts taking his woman with him on raids. I'm like, peace out, y'all. Peace out.
No, they didn't do that. But now it's the worst form of SJW fucking.
I know.
It's the worst shit ever. So Hakon was a fucking dude. He was like a 20-year-old that went around and fucking impregnated all these pregnant princesses all over Scandinavia. He fought fucking Christians. He was the last stand for paganism in Scandinavia, right? He did all the shit. He's like their idol. He's like their fucking Batman over there. Straight up. He's like one of their biggest fucking idols in Scandinavia. You can hate him or like him, but you know about him when you're growing up over there. Okay.
Right.
In the new Viking show, he's a black, like 50-year-old lady. And they're like, no, that's not him. That's not him. I'm like, motherfucker, you put Rollo and Ragnar and all these motherfuckers, Ivor the motherfucking boneless and all these fuckers in your show, but that's not Hakon. Motherfucker, fuck you. That's Hakon. And you're forcing your shit down your throat.
You're a racist.
Yeah, and that's the most fucking
Matt, you're canceled. You're canceled.
To me, that's the most like force-fed fucking diversity bullshit that you can ever do. Like, you know, they're swapping gingers and all that shit. This is the worst. You take the fucking white guy that fucking went around and did all this shit, this young motherfucking Viking, fucking pure motherfucking bred white dude.
As close as you can get to a real black lady. Conan.
Yeah, it's fucking stupid. So I don't watch that shit.
That's right.
I hear it's entertaining though. Maybe one day I'll watch it. But from when I saw that, I was like,
I couldn't get past the cringe. That's like the new
Kingdom and the Northman, right? Because I'm kind of like zoning out because you guys are talking about you're talking like about like spoilers about movies I haven't seen yet. So I'm trying to zone you guys out a little bit.
No, Last Kingdom is a series.
The Kingdom and the Northman, right?
I want to watch.
Last Kingdom is a series, Sim.
Oh,
it's a Netflix series, and it's fucking good.
Dude, Sim, the last two. Oh, damn. Is that a Oofbert?
That's exactly what it is.
Well, I got a fucking Oofbert in my next comic, motherfuckers. So you can't take it. I got that name, motherfucker. Oofbert.
I was thinking like, if I have the dough one of these days, I'll mail you one. Actually, I got this from a forge called Gen 6. And the two best swords I own are this and a bastard sword. Called the Black Prince. You see how it's got the fuller and everything? Mm-hmm. It's very no frills. It doesn't have any ornamentation on it, and that knocks about like $100 off the price. And I think Cold Steel makes one now too, although Cold Steel's weapons aren't as well balanced. This man, it's like, you know, one of the things I love about sword collecting is whenever you get a new sword, they all feel different in your hand.
The first thing you do is compare it to the rest of them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right. And like, okay, well, this is a one-hander. Okay. This is very clearly designed to be used with a shield. Right. So the one thing the thing about these swords, they're blade heavy. Okay.
You're like,
this is like the opposite of a rapier. These are fucking blade heavy because they're designed to hack through wooden shields.
Yep.
Yeah.
And the reason they're blade heavy is because that increases your speed when you throw that thing forward. It just boom.
Yeah. That's one of the things that you want to do with a heavy blade is you let the weapon do the work.
Yeah.
Right? You let the weight just carry it. And man, when I cut pull noodles with these things, it's all about like, you know, the follow through. Yeah, it's a very, 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 very
I actually have a katana that I modified that hilt of so that it's blade heavy.
Yeah, well, I mean, I wouldn't want a blade heavy katana, but then
I did because the blade was always ahead of me anyway. So I got I got used to being that way when you
right.
You know?
Well, that's the thing. You go with what works for you.
Yeah, it was perfect. It was like, man, I'm gonna modify this katana so I can use it one-handed. I like it. You know?
Well, I mean, the cool thing about katanas is the fact that you can use them like a bastard sword, either with one hand or with two.
Yep.
And the one that I have is a Chesa katana. It's designed specifically. It's actually a little bit blade heavy for a katana because it's designed to cut through tatami mats.
Mm-hmm.
Of course, tatami mats are a little fucking out of my price range, like $15 a piece. So mostly I do pool noodles. But so what movie do you think we should watch next week? Any ideas?
Man, there's so many good ones, man. That sounds pretty worthy, man.
You said a movie earlier, but you said, "Oh yeah, definitely we need to do it." I just can't remember the title.
I want to get out in the cornfields with the Scarecrow or Children of the Corn or Village of the Damned or Ooh, Village of the Damned, the first one.
Oh, let me see
Are
if
you
they
with
got
me?
that.
Are you with me?
Did we-
The kids.
Did you
with
guys
the
ever
little-
do Return of the
Damned.
Living Dead yet?
Yeah.
Yep. Village of the Damned.
Dude.
Yeah, that and Children of the Damned, the sequel, are both really good. Let me see if those are available anywhere free of charge.
Village of the Damned is good shit. That's
Yeah, it
remember you
is.
said earlier those movies.
Oh,
that
here we go.
imprinted on you when you were a kid. I seen that when I was a kid.
This movie's the shit.
Outside of
This
the
is
Killer
Beowulf
Tomato.
meets Predator.
Oh yeah, dude,
Yes.
that is
I like
fucking
The
that.
good.
shit.
That was good. By the way,
It's
did you see?
fucking good.
Did you see the new
Shit.
Predator? Did you see the new Predator trailer that dropped?
Is it,
I
is
think
it
today.
Prey? Is
Yeah.
it Prey?
Yeah,
Mhm.
it looked good.
I'll check it out.
It
I'll
looks
watch
cool.
I'll watch almost anything. I don't give a fuck.
Well, it's like Predators versus Native Americans, and I'm
Basically,
like,
yeah.
okay, all right.
And then there's like a
Yeah.
female
No,
lead.
that
right?
was the little pre-movie, the Pocahontas versus Predator.
I'll check that shit out. I don't give a fuck. I'm
I
a
don't think
Predator.
it's
it
the
could be
movie.
woke.
It's
I
a
got all the
prequel.
Predator movies right here.
Yeah, no, I do too. So of course I'm like, oh, is this gonna be woke? But I don't know. The trailer looked good as long as it's
I got
smart.
Predator.
Yeah.
I got
Predator.
Predator 2.
Nasty.
I got Predators, which is Predator 3. I got
Yeah, the-
AVP. I got AVP Requiem. I got the motherfucking Predator by Shane Black. I got all the fucking Predator movies. Fucking love Predator.
Yeah, but do you have all the action
Yeah.
figures?
The last,
No.
you have the last one. That's shit.
Yeah, this shit's tight as fuck. I
The
don't give a
last
fuck.
one was.
The new one.
Yeah, the Shane Black one. Yeah, this shit's tight as fuck. I don't give a fuck. Sorry, I have to like get kind of childish with the shit. You know what I mean?
No,
I'm asking because everybody's telling me it's fucking shit.
No, it's a comedy.
Yeah,
It's a sci-fi horror comedy
yeah, I
with
was-
Predator
yeah,
in it.
Yeah, I
That,
was-
that pays homage to Predator 2 and 1.
yeah. All I'm saying
It's
is
got
that
Gary Busey's son in there. You like that? Huh? works out there.
all I'm saying is they should have
Frighteners.
fucking brought back Dutch.
Bro, they brought back
Schwarzenegger,
Dutch,
goddammit,
dude.
Schwarzenegger.
He was like, you got to give me a paycheck, and I'm not going to come in. Dude, I think I had one of those, bro. Like from back in the day. There's so
that's
many
pretty
tight.
cool.
There's so many tight Predator toys out there.
Yeah, there are.
The video game was so cool. Concrete Jungle. You get to like each
Yeah, I
level's a
remember
different
that.
time period.
yeah.
Fucking loved it. I
Yeah.
love all the Predator movies. I even like the fucking AVP Requiem, and I like them for different reasons. I like Predator because it's just like one of the best sci-fi movies ever made. Predator.
I like Requiem more because it's a Predator movie more than the Alien, and they went with more gore, and the characters are more spot on. Even the girl that survives there, that fights the Predator, that she's spot on the one from the comic book.
Yeah.
Which one are you talking about? You're talking about
Requiem.
AVP? Oh,
Yeah,
right.
AVP Requiem. It's
This
better.
one right here with the Predalien, with Tom Woodruff Jr. The Predalien.
It's
The guy
way
that
better
plays
than
him,
the first one.
The guy that plays him,
Really?
he played the Alien.
I
He
remember.
plays the Predalien, but he played Alien. The first Alien was him, the same actor, Tom Woodruff
Okay.
Jr.
Maybe I should check that out again because I remember seeing it and like I don't really remember.
You
much.
probably won't like
I
it,
don't
but
remember.
it's my favorite Predator movie because, like what Sim said, it's the wolf. They call him the wolf online. And then Predator 2. I mean, obviously you got fucking
fantastic.
that movie's like Predator in the city, like what I
Yep.
mean. And he's
Gary
hunting, like,
Busey, motherfucker.
Gary Busey. And this is Predator 3. That's Predators. That's what Adrian Brody. I like this, and it's just they're on a planet. It's Robert Rodriguez and
That's
Predator
not really
3.
good. That's a good one too. Yep.
And it's just they're all hunting. You got Yakuza, you got fucking all kinds of meanest
I like
motherfuckers from
that.
planet Earth. I liked it.
I like that.
Really fun. All
I
the
just-
fucking souped up predators in here. Then you got fucking AVP after that. I like the pyramids in here. This is from the director of Event Horizon and fucking all the Resident Evil
Paul
movies.
W.S. Anderson. Yeah.
And the predators in here are buff as fuck, and they're brutish,
Yeah.
and they're big buff motherfuckers, and it's just
It's
really
not
cool.
as good as it might have been. It's not as
Okay,
good as
okay.
it could have
If-
been, but
Okay,
I watched it again recently, and I
They're all
I
good.
have to admit,
Brian.
if you
Let's
watch
be
it, like,
honest here. Let's be
forgetting-
honest.
Yeah.
It's a versus.
yes, no, I know.
All you need is the setup good? Did they
Yeah.
set it up well?
Yes,
Yes.
very.
Then bang. Then after that, it's like watching wrestling at this point. You're watching a fight. It's like watching
Yeah,
Mike Tyson versus the other one.
I
So
know.
Is the
It is.
setup good? Me, that's how I saw them. I'm sorry.
dude.
It's the same thing with Freddy versus Jason. I was not expecting a horror movie per se. I was
No.
not expecting a good story. I
Monster
was expecting
Rumble.
give me a good setup and monster fight.
Yeah, monster.
This has got all kinds of cool shit in there too, like
What is
character
that?
design. It's like a graphic novel almost.
Oh wow.
Yeah,
It's like those
I love those
Godzilla
types
people
of
need
books.
to understand.
this one's
Stop
really
with
good. Look at they got the Predator dogs that Rodriguez did, but kind of
Yep.
tweaked them a little bit. This is the
Nice.
new one, Sammy. You're gonna like this shit, dude. But the thing is, the Predator, because he's the Predator, the new one, the new monster.
Yeah.
The Predator, he is CGI.
Yeah.
So the Predator fights Predator. Predator is a full person in a suit. Then the Predator is CGI, and he has an external body skeleton. So he has
What?
armor. He has external armor built under his skin. So it takes a minute. It's basically like Hulk. So it takes a minute to get used to it. But just know that going into it, and it won't fuck you up as much.
Right. Well, I mean, I understand the point that you're making, and like, yeah, I forever will be a monster kid. I will always be that like 13-year-old. No, actually, I think I was like maybe 6 or 7 when I saw Frankenstein versus the Wolfman.
Oh, love
Right?
that shit, dude.
Love that shit, right? And so to this day, even if I'm watching a movie and I'm like, oh, this isn't that great. This could have been better. When the fucking monsters start fucking laying into each other,
tight.
throwing each other around into walls and shit, I'm like, Monster Rumble.
Well, that's what I didn't like about AVP that much.
People can say anything about you can say anything you want about the Freddy
Yeah.
versus Jason one.
I
Oh,
like
it's
this.
just tight
Dude,
as fuck. The
this-
end, oh, it's so fucking
the
epic.
setup was solid as
Yes.
fuck.
Dude, the ending
Yes.
is solid as fuck. I'll even
Yes.
counteract that with the teeter-totter balancing your fucking equation.
Yeah.
The ending is fucking solid as
I liked
fuck.
it too.
The fights
I
are
liked it.
solid. Fucking England's dropping elbows on that fool. He's fucking kicking him. He's fucking shanking him. Dude, they fight like they go balls the fuck out.
Yes.
You got that Hong Kong fucking Ronnie Yu.
Ronnie Yu.
That shit. It should not have been that good. It had
Yeah,
no
I
reason
agree.
to be
I
that
totally
fucking
agree.
good.
I totally agree.
And it's the same thing you get from those type of AVP. It's like you're in it, you're like, okay, good setup. Like the first one is sluggish because even when dude, just look at them. The first one was made and it feels like an alien movie. So you're watching an alien one.
Dude, if
So-
you made
then
motherfuckers watch
what-
Prometheus and Prometheus 2 and then those two, they could
Yeah.
like Predators and the Predator more, or Predators and Requiem more. I'm sorry, I had to say it real quick.
The other one is it starts the feel is it's a Predator movie.
Yeah.
Totally.
Which one are you referring to?
Okay, you have AVP 1, AVP 2. Okay, that's the one that's called Requiem.
Yes.
AVP 1, when the entire thing, like it's my least favorite of the bunch, but the setup is slow. They're going into the cave, they're drilling into a hole that got drilled through a fucking laser, so they're gonna go slide in, discover the pyramid.
Oh, the first
Like,
day, the first day
setup,
yeah.
and the first thing they encounter is the alien.
Right.
It's because the entire feel of the movie, it's an alien movie, like you just watched Prometheus or something.
Right. And then
It's amazing.
Then AVP 2, it's the opposite. It's like you're watching Predators 2. You have the
Commando.
same, yeah.
Right. Oh,
Well,
that's clever.
it's a maze movie. It's like the deadliest game.
Right. And it's
that's
always
what it is.
shifting.
It's in a pyramid.
Yeah,
Yeah.
the setting was fantastic.
That's the type of genre it is. It's
yeah.
a different genre. So
Yeah, the setting
and
was
the new
fantastic.
one, the new one's a comedy. It's got Thomas Jane in it. It's got Keenan. Like, dude, there's so many cool actors in there. They just tune up the scenery. All this one-liner bullshit. It's fun. It's just a fun movie. It's not like they're all different though. They're all fucking different. Like for a Predator movie, I'm just going there. I just want to have some fucking fun and some gore.
That's
some action.
Yeah. I mean, for the sequels, of course, I think 2 is the best.
Isn't it like a General or PG-13 or something?
Which one? The
The
Predator?
new one?
No, it's R, dude.
I don't know. It's
R.
probably going to be
It's
R.
rated
I would
R
think.
for.
I'm asking. Yeah.
It's rated R for strong, bloody violence, language throughout, and crude sexual references.
I'm just hoping it's not woke.
Oh, pray. I'm sorry.
Yeah, if it's not woke, I'll be okay. Even if it's just a little woke, I could forgive. I'm just hoping that it's not I'm hoping it's not like about modern politics.
Yeah, and I still remember, Matt, that you love the Batman. So.
Oh snap! I still haven't seen that.
It's like I really like it to almost love it, but I don't love it though because I haven't bought it yet. So I really liked it. Like if I loved it, I would have been watching it a lot more. Like for me, okay, the first 40. Did you watch it yet, Sim? You guys watch it yet? No, right? You haven't watched it yet, right?
No, yeah,
but I don't consider anything in the first half.
I
of
have
the
it.
movie a spoiler.
I have it. On
The
my
first
computer.
40 minutes is the shit, and then then like the fucking like I don't know what the fuck happens, and then it's just like the end of the movie. It's like fuck, like there's a lot of okay. In the middle of the movie, there's a badass like car chase, like fucking Steve McQueen style with a Batmobile and
That's
Penguin
awesome.
and Batman. So that's cool.
That's awesome.
But that's in the middle of the movie, so it's 3 hours long, and
Right.
it feels like 3 fucking Netflix movies, 3 Netflix TV shows episodes put together. You know, and at the end, he fucks a bunch of motherfuckers up with some. He shoots 2 fucking grappling hooks into 2 motherfuckers as a backflip over the shit in Madison Square Garden. The end takes place in Gotham Square Garden. You know, during a flood. It's flooded, and there's a bunch of incel fucking, Riddlers and shit. You know, but I liked it, dude. I liked it. It's just it was too long. If they would have cut an hour out of 30 minutes to an hour,
why
of the
not
movie,
cut it in half and just release 2 90-minute movies? Why can't movies
Nah,
be fucking
'cause
90,
all the
95
all the
minutes
use
anymore?
all the use is in the first 20 minutes. That's how they fucked up. They put all the use in all the fight scenes. And there's gangs too, which I like. It was a lot like Arkham City. So he fights the Joker
Yeah, I
gang in
saw
the
that.
beginning.
Yeah, come on. They have to put.
He fights the Penguin gang in the second part, which is still the first 30 minutes, and then he fights the Riddler gang at the end. And then he
Come on,
has a
he
bunch of
has-
it's all detective shit in between. And then he fucking punks Catwoman and farts around with her a little bit. He
I was
flirts with
gonna
her.
say,
That's what
don't
it is.
forget-
It's like Catwoman.
Don't forget,
flirting.
he needs
It's
to be
like
cut by Catwoman for like at least an hour in the movie.
No, that's the whole thing. It's like the Catwoman shit, like him, like spanking her, because he's got like the quick draw fucking grappling hook, and then he's got the
smacks
one in
her
his
ass?
hand. No, he's got a quick draw fucking grappling hook that he pulls out like, wow, motherfucker, and he shoots
Right,
people and fucking fucks them up. And then he's got that one where it just comes out of his hand where you're just like, yeah. He's got 2 of
Right,
them.
like the pop out Derringer.
Yeah, that movie's tight as fuck. I fuck everybody. I don't give a fuck. That shit's tight as fuck.
Look, I always thought that the Arkham gang.
Yeah, I don't care, dude. I don't give a fuck. I don't care.
That's
I
why we
like
love
what
you,
I like.
Matt.
I like what I like.
Exactly.
If it's
exactly.
woke or it's not, it's I
Yep,
fucking like
yep,
it. I ain't gonna
yep.
not like
Yeah,
something.
or if you don't dig it, that's cool too. It's
it
so
was just
stupid
kinda
for
long,
people to
though.
be offended, like when people don't like the same shit that they like. I've never understood that. I've never understood.
I'm down. I like people to not like. I won't
Yeah,
even
just
like
say-
what they like, but give me the reason why you didn't like it, and maybe I'll hate it
Yes.
for the same reason too. But maybe I'll say fuck.
Or
you,
I
dude,
could be
you're
like, or like a lot of the criticisms I heard hurled at Man of Steel. I'm like, yeah, the thing with the father, yeah, that's kind of stupid. They're like, oh, what about crashing into the buildings? I'm just like, no, it's
For
like,
me, it was Kevin Costner dying and him not helping him, and there was no fucking Lois Lane.
yes,
Reporting.
She
there
was
was
too,
no Clark Kent.
and there was no Clark Kent. Other than that movie was one of the best superhero made of all time, if not
Amazing.
the best superhero movie ever fucking made.
Amazing.
Yep.
For me, because I'm a '90s kid, and that was Death of Superman style Superman, and that's
Yep.
why I
And,
fucking love
and
it.
Batman v Superman Ultimate, the longer version, that's like an extra half hour, is way
Better. And you
way
get that.
fucking
You get
better.
that. You get that.
Much better
If
movie.
it's sad,
Like it
it's
makes
really
sense.
sad.
It actually makes sense.
I know. That's what I
Because-
said. I was like, oh my god, it's coherent.
And did you notice that the thing I was telling you about, that the setup that he's the son of Lex Luthor continues in that big one?
I didn't notice it. I didn't.
and the
But I remember
main
you
thing
pointing that
for
out
me-
last stream. I remember that.
And the main thing for me was Batman, because the moment he started killing people, that movie lost me, right? But then you watch the 3-hour version, and I'm like, oh, fallen Batman. That's who
Mhm.
this is.
I don't
This
really
is a
care.
Batman who's fallen from grace. He doesn't give a fuck anymore.
most
I was like,
most
okay,
people
that I
don't.
could be down with.
Yeah, but there's also the one point that I keep bringing out to people is that there's one difference that you're not thinking. Those are an army. He's facing army people, military. So
Luther
obviously,
fucking
that's why to
mercenaries.
me it's just like to me it makes
Oh, you're
the
talking about the
expansion
nightmare?
is more acceptable.
No,
No, not just the
no,
nightmare
the
scene.
warehouse scene.
Oh, yeah,
he's
it's
he's
fighting
facing Russian
mercenaries.
mercenaries and American
Yeah.
and Russian
Yeah.
and American mercenaries.
Right.
You're talking
I mean-
about people that will kill people to get it
KGB.
to fall in
I
front
know.
of him. Yeah.
I know.
KGB's got Martha fucking Kent. Like, I'll kill her. I'll do it.
Well, here's
I'll
the
do it
thing.
now. You know,
Yeah, dude, that was an exact fucking scene from Dark Knight Return.
Yeah,
when
it sure
he busts
was.
the fucking
It
wall.
sure was.
Ding!
Yep. With
it's
the
almost
same
like
gun,
sad
too.
that like
Same
you're not
gun.
gonna
Yep.
ever get that Ben Affleck Batman again. It's like,
Dude, I love how he breaks into the fucking window.
So
Sir,
tight.
I will drop you. I will get to the second floor. And
Yeah.
he just comes in.
Oh,
And
and
how-
that's the best Batman
Dude.
scene in ever.
And ever
That's
made.
why I don't
ever
like
fucking
Justice League.
filmed.
That's why I don't like either of the Justice League movies that much, because I'm a Batman stan. And the
Well,
motherfucker
it's
didn't
still-
fight
yeah,
at all.
It's still got Batfleck,
Dude,
though.
he's still way better in a fucking Snyder cut. Like, I'm sorry, he's way fucking better, dude. He's still a fucking Chad in there.
Yeah,
Well, he
is.
doesn't fight.
Yeah, he does. He does a bit more, but
Yeah,
he's
Not
not.
much.
but you
it's
don't
supposed-
get something like you did in Batman v Superman.
He fights. Okay, he fights
You don't
more.
have him dismantling.
Pattinson fights more.
He fights
Ben
more.
Affleck
He
does.
doesn't get cut by Wonder Woman.
Right.
No, but I want to see him fucking wreck fools. And he
No.
and
Well,
motherfucker
look.
Yeah,
Pattinson
but
wreck
that was
fools in the Batman.
We were supposed to have the Batman right after, and that got
I
canceled.
know.
Yeah,
Well,
That's
that
where
was
that's
dog
where
shit.
it would have been, dude. Come on.
That was, and you know what? It's like Ben Affleck dropped out of that movie to attend to his own health.
Did you
Yep.
see what? Yeah,
And
because
I'm just like, you know
Dude,
what?
I wanted my fucking Deathstroke movie. That fool Joe Mang was fucking
did you guys see what's been
studying
happening
all
though?
those Deathstroke shit.
What?
What?
Because right now, like like Disney technically owns DC now.
Yep.
Right.
What?
What?
But
Wait,
you know
whoa.
they anyways.
What? They
That's
bought
what I
Warner
was reading.
Brothers?
That technically, like, they own a company that does the new the TV. I forgot what's the name of the channel. Anyways,
The CW.
Explorer. Anyways, that's doing
Discovery?
this. So there's a new channel that's going to be doing DC stuff,
Mm.
Okay.
and they're bringing back the Snyderverse stuff. And now
Okay.
they're convincing Cavill to come back as Superman. They want him back, and they're trying to do the same thing with Affleck.
I still
And
feel
Affleck, they want him to come and do the Batman.
so. This would be for television.
It would be for the like a streaming service or anything. Yeah.
That'd be
I'm
tight.
down. I'm down.
As long as they
I'm
get some
down.
fucking cheap fights
Like-
in there that don't cost
As
nothing.
long as we get
As long as
Batfleck
he's
and
beating the
fucking
fuck out of
Henry,
people, then I'm good.
Because the thing is that the Snyder cut of Justice League opened an entire fucking window for movies lately. Because that was the thing that they realized that, dude, they make so that movie.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, man.
Now they know that they can make really big budget movies and make
Right.
a lot of fucking money if they make it exclusive on a streaming service.
But also, they know that you can have more than one Batman at a time.
Yeah.
You can have
Mhm.
more than one Superman at a time.
I would put
Mhm.
Jared. I don't like Jared Leto, but I put his fucking ass
Oh,
in there.
he's
Like
the
that's
worst.
no, but that's Ben Affleck's Joker. I'd be like, hey, dude, you're playing the fucking Joker because he's already there. I would just keep it
I just
consistent.
don't want to see him again. I just don't want to see him again. Like, I just want like if they could retcon it so that was Jason Todd, okay, But that guy's a fool, man.
No, I know.
How much?
Okay, you like the
I just
guy,
said that to troll you, Brian. I'm just fucking around.
but dude, I would like to see the
Push the button,
Joker
get
I
a
saw.
response.
I would like to see the Joker that we saw in those teaser back in the days before they did they took them all out from the movie.
No,
Oh,
Jared
the one
Leto.
with the Capullo
No.
face blown off?
It was Jerry Leto. You had him
Yeah.
in the regular Joker. You had him as the freaking thing, and he looked
The
freaking
Capullo one.
great. Yeah.
His
It
face
looks-
blown off and shit.
Yeah, look.
Yeah.
look,
And to me, that's why it always gave me the fight, because when you saw the original trailer that they sent, you saw all those Jokers, and then you saw the gangster one, and it always made me think the fact that he was parodying the gangsters of the world right now, going right.
right.
But then when the movie came out, that's all you got, and I'm like,
Right. So you
okay,
were just like, oh, Juggalo Joker.
yeah, exactly, and I'm like, I really don't like it, but
Awful.
Jared Leto looked legit at the fucking other Joker in the previous, like in the original trailer,
Looked
with the white
legit,
thing. Yeah.
but the guy is not an actor. He is a male model.
That's
You
what I
need
said. That
somebody that can actually fucking act. He needs to go. He needs to go. I will never accept him as the Joker ever.
I don't know.
Um,
I think the best Joker would be fucking, and he could still fucking play it.
Oh,
William
fucking
Dafoe.
Defoe.
William
Oh,
Dafoe.
Defoe, yeah. Defoe and then Gustav Skarsgård from Vikings. He looks like Arkham
Oh,
Joker.
yeah,
to a T.
he
he's-
would be
and he's-
excellent.
and he's
Crispin
ripped up.
Hellion Glover.
You know what would
Yeah.
be funny?
Crispin Glover,
You
I
see
think, would be really good.
You see Batman in the corner of in that dark alley, and you see the Joker, Jared Leto's Joker, going like, "I got you, Joker," and then you go, and then you see a freaking big hammer fall on his head. I got him, pudding, and then you see the real Joker coming in. It's Willem Dafoe.
That'd be tight.
Daddy's back.
Did you see that deep fake that somebody did? That somebody did a
Oh.
deep fake of
Defoe.
Defoe as the Joker.
Yeah,
Mhm.
it's
Took
stupid.
a monologue and
Dude,
like,
he has the smile. Like, dude,
He's the Joker. I mean,
Did
it's
you
fucking
ever-
retarded.
did you ever play Arkham Asylum? Those games?
Yeah,
I was
the
about
first
to
two
say that those.
He is
I
the
love
model.
those pieces, man.
He is the
Yeah.
model reference to it.
Yeah, it's ridiculous. Like he hasn't played Joker.
It
He'd
is.
be down to do it too.
And the Arkham games, that was the first time I ever saw the fight scenes for Batman done right.
Yeah,
Where I
to
was
me
like,
that's
what they need
definitive
to
Batman.
do in the movies.
That's
And
definitive Batman for me. Even
his
if it's a
Green-
game and it's like I'm part of that generation or whatever, but to me that's like
I love
that's
those
definitive
games.
Batman.
His
I
Green
Put that
Goblin
above
was-
Batman the animated series.
His Green
Especially the
Goblin
first two
was more
games.
the Joker than Green Goblin.
Yes.
Yeah, and they should have just put some. I would have just painted his face green with little prosthetics and put some
They
big
did-
rubber nose on him.
They
I
did
seen
a
the mask, too.
silicone
The mask was
and it
perfect.
looked great.
Almost.
It looked great.
But for me, if I was a director of Spider-Man, I would just put latex green on someone's face and I'd give him a nose and say, "Oh, that's your mask."
Yeah, but some people have
Nanotech.
allergies to latex and on the spirit gum. Sometimes that's why.
Yeah, well,
that
let
or
them suffer
something.
for their fucking art.
Yeah,
let Willem Dafoe, maybe get a rash on his face for what, like $4 million they're paying him to be in
like
that
I basically
motherfucker?
Tim Curry that full up, like Legend.
Yeah.
But it'd be green and he'd a bit, it's the same shit. He had a big fucking nose on there. And
Right,
I'd do
but
that
you
and
could
make the
conceivably
funny
make
little
that
hat.
a mask. There's incredibly lifelike masks, silicone masks. They're expensive as fuck.
Yeah.
But all you do is you pull them on and they move with your face.
Yeah, and technology is crazy now. And then I give him kind of like
Yes.
an armored up male, like fucking green outfit, where it's kind of like, snug to him. You know what I mean? But you would see the male, like Lord of the Rings, kind of like that,
Right.
but
Yeah.
still like skin, almost like skin
The
tight.
scale
so
mail.
you could still see his muscles and shit, and then you just be like, like all fucking like, whoa, what the fuck is that? Like just scary, just the face alone would
Yes.
strip you out,
Because that was the problem with the Green Goblin in the original Sam Raimi movie. He
Yeah.
wasn't scary.
No.
You should be like, what the fuck?
Yeah,
am
him
I
and the
looking
Joker
at?
need to be like scary, dude. Like they really
Yeah.
need to be scary. Like
Yes.
we haven't got that in. Well, I mean, we kind of.
Joaquin Phoenix captured that character
one,
perfectly.
He's pretty
I
scary. But the new Joker is pretty scary too, somewhat. Not that much. But
Well, the
have you seen him?
hypothetical, because that's not like canon, which is to say that if they end up, of course they're making a sequel.
Yeah.
But you don't know if the Joker in that is going to bear any resemblance to the one that's in that deleted scene.
Oh no, that's it. They've approved it. Yeah, that's it.
Oh, really? They're
Yeah.
definitely going with that actor, and they're definitely going
Yeah.
with that diseased look.
That's the one thing that's the whole. And he was born with that, because if you, there's interviews with Matt Reeves online where he talks about the whole origin of the Joker, of his universe. He's
Okay.
born with that. He's inspired by the Laughing Man, the Smiling Man, that old film from back in the day.
The fucking the man who smiles.
The Man Who Smiles. So he's born with a smile on his face, this Joker. But something even more, he's just used to it, and then he just the kid, I don't know what happens after that, but he actually ends up fucking cutting his face up. So and then cutting everything out, but he's still born with a smile on his face. And the thing is, the new Batman verse, the Reverse, they're all kids.
Interesting. Right.
They're all
they
like
can keep
late,
using these
maybe
actors,
30.
like, indefinitely.
But I mean, well, even the act, they're all 30. They're all in their 30s in real life. But in the movies, they're in their 30s too. But they fucking look young, even though they're 30. They look young. They look like they're like 25. So Batman looks 25. Joker looks 20. Joker looks 18, but he's 30. Batman looks 30, but he's probably 35. Catwoman's 30 something, but she looks 28. They all look 30 or younger. Which what to me is cool. Like, all right, motherfuckers, but you better make like 20 movies then, and they better be action packed. Then I'm all board. I'm on board for you guys.
Well, I mean, clearly the last one was a fucking smash. So
I know who I think the villain's going to
worry
be.
about that.
I think Hush is going to be the next villain because they set him up in there.
Well, what excites me is the fact that maybe we can have Batfleck and this version of the character.
Oh yeah, definitely. You already got you already got the Burton verse and you got the Snyder verse that exist in the same movie.
And now,
Flash,
basic bitches understand the concept of a multiverse.
Hill Coleman, whoever you are. I've never seen Coleman,
Coleman?
but Hill, thanks for stopping by.
Yeah, Coleman, you don't know him?
No.
Oh, hey, what up, dude?
He's been around for a little while, and he's a guy from my neck of the woods. We went.
He's from
Canada? He came to me to the Festival of Comic, and he's going to be coming with me at Fantasticon too. The other day we went to a comic book shop.
Well, you got three. You got.
I'm not the
people
only
watching right
CG
now, bro.
guy in freaking Quebec anymore. Like, dude, I can talk. There's somebody else I can talk to. Dude, I can actually talk about this shit in French now.
No, you need to talk to people sometimes. You need to talk shit, and they need to talk shit back to you sometimes.
Yeah,
it needs to happen. No, I'm not fucking making a joke or anything. Like,
no,
it needs,
I know. I agree.
It needs to happen.
Yeah, man. Yeah. And you know, we need to always.
I don't mean online either. You know, I don't mean online either. But
I know.
I mean, it's
dude,
nice.
Dude, I was so really this summer. I was hoping like maybe this will be this summer where I get to meet all of you motherfuckers.
Oh yeah, that'd be sweet, dude. Yeah, I'd love to meet you guys. You know.
Yeah, no, it would be wonderful, man, because it's just like we've done so much to, you know, with each other, and I consider you friends.
Yeah, definitely.
And you know, how weird is this? It's very, it's very freaky.
You ever talk to somebody and you're like, "Oh, my buddy online, my friend online." I'm like, "Oh, does he consider me a friend? You know, does he consider me a buddy?" But I don't give a fuck. He's my buddy. So
hell yeah, without a doubt. Now, if only Preston would get his ass online more. But he did manage to actually get on the Rini stream.
I seen some of that. I saw some of that. I dipped in for a bit. That was like
fun.
Last weekend, right?
Yeah, that was fun. That was and Rini's such a fucking sweetheart too. She was just like, "I'll do a shot for every backer that you get." I was just like, "Sister, don't fucking die of fucking alcohol poisoning."
Yeah, right.
For my sake. And the next day, everybody's gonna be like, "Hey, you fucking killed her, you motherfucker."
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
But yeah, she posted a video of the first like 40 minutes of that where she just fucking went off on Heather Antos and those other basic bitches.
It's like, dude, you know what happens when you fuck with people in Comicsgate or adjacent to it? You're giving them money, basically.
Yeah. I was like, that's why me and Preston were like, spike campaign. And then Pops made a good point. He's just like, yeah, but you want to keep the vibes positive and everything. But I do think that's positive because that's basically how you living well is the best revenge.
Yeah, but
right?
but there's a difference between one. She knew the person for a long time.
Yeah.
It's like an old friend, but I also don't think that we should give them the fucking light, you know.
Yeah,
what's the expression, light of day or whatever it is.
Yeah. No, I know, and
but I always say like express the point, you know.
Yeah.
And I think she did that well.
She did that very well.
But then you move forward.
Mm-hmm.
She said some things that I can completely relate to.
Mm-hmm. Well, look, I've always felt that if I ever get canceled, I've always felt this. It's gonna be like how do they say it? I think in the Godfather, like when somebody comes for you, like to kill you, it's gonna be like your best friend, or it's gonna be like an old friend. Like the person that's carrying the gun or the knife or whatever it is that's gonna do you in, is gonna have a smile on their face, and you're gonna be happy to see them before you find out what's up. And I've always felt if I ever get canceled, like for real, it's gonna be an old friend.
Look, the best thing you do is power through it. Okay, do what you do. Keep doing what you do. Don't let the cancelers have
any effect on you
in your back. Sure, they put it there, but don't let them dig it around. Do your thing. Keep doing your thing well.
And most important,
we all know that I had some issues over the last couple months, but
I know.
Today my show booked in a record 2.75 hours. Okay, CromCon ain't never booked in less than 3 hours.
That's
before.
Awesome, dude.
And I picked up 2 paying sponsors, and the show's going to go on through the end of the fucking year.
Fuck yeah, dude.
Cancel me.
Yeah. Fuck yeah, dude.
Cancel.
Yeah. Once again, living well is the best revenge, and this is another thing that that I said to Rini was, don't let them change who you are.
Nope.
In other words, do not fucking. It's like if somebody fucking doxes you, do you then go and dox them? No, because is turnaround fair play? Yes, but you can't be like you can't change. You have to have a code, and you have to fucking stick to it, and you can't break it for the sake of convenience.
Something against them and then go do it.
Exactly. Right, because that doxing motherfucker, that doxing piece of shit, right?
Yeah, doxing and people that pull down fucking campaigns and fucking
you
channels.
snitch ass
It's so
bitches.
wrong.
That's the
Right.
worst of all.
That is bad. That is bad, right? But we live in a snitch culture now, right?
Yeah.
And what?
mean a pussy
So
culture?
then what do you
Yes,
do?
this
Then
way
snitch
today
on
talking
them? That
about-
makes you a snitch.
It's a bitch ass
Yeah.
motherfucker
Way
culture.
today talking
Yeah.
about we need to report those people that own guns. When the gun grab starts, we need to report those people. And I'm like, you're gonna get snitches killed. You need to shut up. You're
Right.
telling people to go snitch on people who have guns.
Guns.
Shut up.
I know.
You shut up.
It's ridiculous. It's ridiculous. And the thing is, it's like, you know,
I mean, they got a blue check. They're an influencer.
I know.
But they're gonna get people killed.
I know. Well, they can. Well, look, they're not ultimately, because what's going to change? Nothing.
That's what they want.
Well, yeah.
That's what
Yeah,
they
I mean,
want.
look at swatting, right? What is swatting? It's attempted murder. It's attempted murder by cop,
Yep.
Yeah.
right? And once people realize, there's some people that are so sick and emotionally deformed that when they found out, like, oh, I can just hop on Twitter and fucking destroy somebody or hound somebody until their life has been destroyed. Those motherfuckers, that they took advantage of it, man. They took advantage
Yeah.
of that shit.
And I'm a firm believer that like
sociopaths, man.
what goes around doesn't come around.
Yes.
No,
Oh,
I believe it.
I disagree with you on this.
Yeah,
Go ahead.
most people agree with you. I don't agree with you.
I
I think evil shit, just motherfuckers are evil. You know what I mean? The world's an evil place. You know what I mean? And I don't believe what goes
Yes.
around comes around.
I
Look at
agree with
fucking
that.
Hitler and a bunch of other people. Look at all those evil motherfuckers out there doing crazy fucking shit to people and children and evil fucks, and
Look at all
nothing
the war
happens to them.
criminals. Look at all the war criminals that pop up
Yeah.
whenever it's, like on MSNBC.
I don't agree with that. I don't believe in karma. I don't believe in that shit. I just believe that you gotta try to have a little fun each day, and you gotta be good to people, and that's it.
Yes. But I also believe, in general, there are certain people that are above the law. They're born above the law. We all know.
Oh yeah,
this,
yeah,
right?
yeah.
George W.
That
Bush
goes back
should be in
in
a prison.
That
And
goes back to
instead he's, like,
that goes
hanging
back to
out.
my theorem. That goes back to my theorem.
Right. But those
Look at
people,
those motherfuckers. Nothing
Yes.
happens to them.
yeah, no, those motherfuckers. However, I've seen it happen too often in my life where I'm like, you know what? That person treated me in this particular way. I'm just gonna let it go.
Oh yeah,
and
yeah.
I'm just gonna wait,
Hey.
and they're gonna keep doing that
Hey.
shit, and eventually they're gonna do it to the wrong person.
Oh
They
yeah.
can do
Hopefully they, you
they
know.
can do the gun grab thing as soon as they go arrest Hunter for waving that illegal weapon around online.
What?
Okay,
Yeah.
when they arrest him,
Fake
then
news,
they
fake
can go
news,
fuck
fake
with
news.
everybody else.
Fake.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, didn't they get a new? I think Nomiki Konst. She's going to be like the new head of the Ministry of Truth. I think they're going ahead with that.
The Ministry of Death.
Sounds like a wrestling group or a wrestling tag team.
Yeah. No, but I mean, well, it's like right out of fucking
Get people
1984.
Going
what it
to
is.
get people
Ministry of
killed.
Truth.
That's
I forget what they're calling
going
it.
to do.
Yeah, but yeah, there's. I mean, they got rid of that fucking loony fucking cunt that was, singing Mary Poppins. What were people calling Scary Poppins? Hide a little lie with a lie with a lie. Hide a little lie with a lie with a lie.
Oh, that bitch. Yeah.
Yeah. It's like, here, meet your minister
motherfucker.
meet your minister, your head of the Ministry of Truth.
Yeah.
Fuck that shit, man. Fuck that shit. But yeah, you know what? It's they don't understand the concept of fuck around and find out.
Yeah.
And I'm not a macho guy by any fucking stretch of the imagination. I don't love guns. That don't mean I don't got them. I hope I never have to use them. Right? But yeah, go house. My Democrat friends are like, yeah, we should just like. It's realistic to go house to house and just take everybody's
Brian,
guns.
don't ever talk about porn on your stream anymore, man. These bitches ain't gonna go away.
I know, right?
I know.
It's a motherfucking attack right here. It's a fucking
I know.
corn bully,
It's
fucking
relentless.
corning the corn.
Yeah.
Motherfucker.
Now YouTube has an algorithm that will fucking jack my ass right off of the fucking internet for saying the wrong thing about the Rona. But they don't have something that can fucking just take care of these fucking bots.
About the Prona. It's like, damn.
Fuck.
No, because they want everybody in the
Yeah. Fuck that shit. Anyway, let's take this discussion offline, as it were. And everybody, thank you so much for tuning in. We really do appreciate you. If you feel like it, smash the like button and the subscribe and the bell and all that shit to get notifications. We've been doing this stream every Tuesday for the last, 4 months?
4 months now.
Wow.
CG Horror. First CG
Horror,
Horror
bitches.
fucking show. Thanks
CG
for
Horror,
stopping by,
bitches.
guys.
Indeed. But of
It's
course,
not
if other people want to make them, that's cool too. I don't give a fuck.
Hey, you
But
got a
anyway-
new sub now.
Oh,
Thanks,
hell
cool,
yeah.
man.
Thanks, man. All right, everybody, we'll talk to you soon. We'll see you next week. And above all, stay scared.
Later.
Not